You pulling me closer, but don't waste your time. Don't have any time for all your empty lies. I used to think that you were only mine, but I was blinded by a shallow light. I'll call your friends, I'll let them know that I'm so done with the tragic boys. Tonight I'll get into my zone. I'll dance until the tears are gone. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these tears away. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need you. Meeting you just made me realize all the things I used to sacrifice just to please you, just to call you mine. But look at me now, I have the time of my life. I'll call your friends, I'll let them know that I'm so done with the tragic boys. Tonight I'll get into my zone. I'll dance until the tears are gone. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these tears away. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Dancing all these tears away. 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 No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these tears away. No time for bad love, bad love, bad love. I'm dancing all these fears away. Don't need you. Bad love, bad love, bad love. No time for bad love, bad love. only one, only one, only one, only one. Patience, I'm running, running, running out of patience. There's gotta be somebody who can save me. Gotta be someone who feels the same. Cause I've been all by myself, got nobody else to help ease my mind. I feel so lonely, so goddamn lonely. Can't be the only one. No, I can't be the only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only one. I can't be the only one, only one, only one. 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 I can't be the only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only one. Lonely, tired of always feeling so lonely, with nobody around to come and hold me. Gotta be someone who feels the same. Cause I've been all by myself, got nobody else to help ease my mind. I feel so lonely, so goddamn lonely. Can't be the only one. No, I can't be the only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only one. I can't be the only one, only one, only one. 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 I can't be the only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only one. Cause I've been all by myself, got nobody else to help ease my mind. I feel so lonely, so goddamn lonely. Can't be the only one. No, I can't be the only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only one. I can't be the only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only one. Only one, only one, only
The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. Well, welcome to John Gamble Stadium for the Mountaineer pregame show. We've got a good matchup for you tonight. The 1-1 Burns Bulldogs and your 1-1 Kings Mountain Mountaineers. I'm Drew Fulton, along with the best broadcast team in high school football, Lamont Littlejohn, Craig Short, and Jeff Johnson. You know, we've had a kind of a short week to prepare for this game, finishing the Cox Mill game on Monday night. But the smell of fall is kind of in the air. The temperatures have dropped a little bit, and it's Friday night. Two teams that need their second win of the season. The Mountaineers turned things around after the Shelby loss, knocked off a decent Cox Mill team 42-17. The Bulldogs are kind of licking their wounds after a second half rally fell short to the Crest Chargers 32-27. Men, you know, just real quick, real quick, Craig. I mean, who really wants this next win more? You know, Burns, of course, wants it. Kings Mountain wants it. It's a county rivalry. Yeah. We're filing people into the stadium, so there'll be big attendance on both sides of the stadium. Who wants it more?
Oh, man. Well, I want to hope that we do, because obviously we're pulling for KM. But, you know, like we always talk about, these county rival games are so much more intense. They're so much more involved. I got to believe that, you know, they're probably about equal in their fervor and trying to win, because I think that Burns made their run. You know, they made their run at Crest last week and came back and got close, and we got a big win. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be a tough battle for whoever wins the game, that's for sure.
Well, stay with us. More Mountaineer pregame to come. And I'd say thank you to our pregame sponsors, HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Hoppers Enterprise, Kimberly Spicer, CPA and attorney at law, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, and the Albemarle Foundation. Stay with us. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and look at the Burns Bulldogs and Kings Mountain and continue with more of the Mountaineer pregame show. Stay with us. Back right after this. The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. It's Mountaineer pregame show presented by the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club and KMHS Sports. I'd like to give a big shout out to Shake and Bake Kitchen and Catering, and Brian Hillman. Man, he's been providing. He's donated the food for the press box and all the staff up here for this coming up season, and I cannot say thank you enough. 903 Bethlehem Road in Kings Mountain, 704-739-1733. You can log on to Facebook or social media, and he'll post some specials that they have sometime. You know, he does Grubhub and DoorDash, so they're always close by. They have extended hours for Thursday and Friday going until 10 o'clock. So you've got no necessary to go anywhere else, but go ahead and call him, get some food coming to you, and they can deliver it right to you. And you can enjoy Mountaineer football right there in the corner, your own home right there. Shake and Bake Kitchen and Catering, that's 704-739-1733. and I think Craig had some of the cherry bomb wings.
I had a burger. I had some potato wedges. As I said last week, the best potato wedges around. Burgers are amazing. The macaroni and cheese is unbelievable. What I like about it is not only is the food great, the quality's great, they've got a variety. Their wings are unbelievable. We have lemon pepper tonight and cherry bomb. Please go out and see Shake and Bake. It is worth your time. It is worth your effort, and it'll be some great comfort food while you're watching the Mountaineers.
We'd also like to say thank you to the Lickety Loos and Dent Ambulance for providing T-shirts that are being tossed out tonight to the home crowd. If you haven't been to a home game in a while, man, you need to get out here. We have so much fun. They have student games they do and prizes to win at halftime. That's hosted by Jason Mills, Dave Reed. I think Jonathan Bunden's down there helping them as well. Plus, you may catch a T-shirt. They shoot those out with the crowd with the T-shirt cannon. Just one of the best high school game experiences, bar none, that you can get anywhere around here. So make sure you come to next home game. Lamont's right beside me, and we want to give a big shout out. We're celebrating something on the broadcast tonight. Let me get this right. Reverend Dr. Lamont Littlejohn Jr. will be celebrating his 21st anniversary as pastor at Mount Calvary Baptist Church in Shelby. My friend, congratulations. I'm sure all of us wish you the best and hope you have another 21 years and to go. Man, 21 years. That's I know from experience at First Baptist Church and our pastor Chip Sloan. Staying that long at one church in Baptist doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. And so grateful that the Lord has blessed me to serve such wonderful and beautiful people at Mount Calvary. Who's not just a people, but my family now. So we're pastoring people, and 21 years is almost a lifetime. So in those circles, and like you said, a lot of ministers maybe stay 2 to 5 years. So it's a blessing to see 21. So my family and I are absolutely blessed.
Well, if you could go back in time and give the younger you a little advice for the next 21 years, what would it be?
Just stay steady. Stay steady. Don't try to rush. Trust God in everything you do. And because I have, and the first couple of years, you seem like you want to rush. You see some of the things you want to do. But if you just be patient and trust God, everything will come out like God wants it to be. So I'm just excited about this season of pastoring and loving God's people and serving the community.
Well, congratulations once again, Lamont. Let's jump into some of the pregame stuff right here. Let's start with Burns. This will be the 56th meeting of these two teams. The series started back in '68. Coach Bill Bates led the first Mountaineer team to a win 33-0, that '68 game. Kings Mountain leads the series 32-24. Last year, we had a heck of a game, man, in Lawndale, if y'all remember it. The Mountaineers went on to win 23-14. The Bulldogs would not let Kings Mountain get the running game going all night long, so Cannon Zolo kind of had to get the offense started in the air. He was 12 of 16, 151 yards passing. Hill was limited to only 41 yards on the ground, which is uncalled for him at all. Teddy Jeffries added another 26 yards. Ben Mooney, as you recall, their quarterback under center last year for Burns, he really led that team. 54 yards passing. He was their leading rusher, 15 carries, 62 yards. The Mountaineers' defense, I believe, was the big star last year. We had 8 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 4 fumble recoveries, and a safety. They held Burns to 187 yards of total offense and only gave up 2 scores. But, up until the last part of that game could have gone either way.
Correct. I was very impressed with Burns last year. I mean, they showed it grit. For a minute there, they looked like they wanted the game more than we did. They would never go away. And we were really lucky to get out of there with the win last year. It's been a long time. I'm not sure the years. I'm sure, Drew, you may have it, but it's been a long time since Burns beat Kings Mountain, and I think we're going to have that same type of feistiness, grit from this team, this Burns team. They're hungry. They know that everybody's probably counting them out, and so this is going to be a test for us. Again, it's a county rival, throw out the records. But again, we was lucky to get out of there with a W on last year.
Well, the Burns offense, they kind of do what they do. They're a heavy run team. They try to use misdirection as much as they can. Quarterback, he's kind of the main hinge pin in the whole system with a lot of designed quarterback runs. Number 10, Graham Werlick, started at QB for both games for Forest View and Crest. But about in the second quarter of the Crest game, they pulled him out.
Wow.
Ran the Wildcat in there and ran it with number 23, Marshall Goen,
right,
and actually was able to move the ball.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I kind of expect that's what we're going to see tonight.
Yeah. And Marshall is a stud. His dad is a legend at Gardner-Webb University football, and I think he's even a better baseball player. He has a full ride to Western North Carolina, Marshall McGowan. And the kid is special. I think he also played linebacker as well, but he's a load to bring down. I'll tell you he is.
Well, the Burns Bulldogs are on the field right now getting ready, and we'll take a break. We'll be back with more Mountaineer pregame. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Mountaineers and the Bulldogs getting ready to lock horns. I'd like to remind everybody, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel here. This helps us out in many ways, and we would really appreciate it. The coverage that we provide, and it also gives you notifications if we able to do basketball or baseball or wrestling or swimming like we did last year. You'll get a notification, and you'll know that we are going live. Craig, tell us a little bit more about the mission. The overall mission of the team, of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club, and how it benefits the students and the viewers.
So the good thing about the Touchdown Club, as I always say, it is all things Mountaineer. Everything that you think about for KM, they support. Academics, athletics, and they are always promoting the common good for each of those. We are blessed to have such a great organization looking out for our student athletes, our students, our faculty, and all that they are. So we just hope that you will take the time to thank a member, to join if you are not already a member. It's easy to do, kmtouchdownclub.com, or you can see one of us here at the game. There's a booth right outside the press box here. You can get in with it. And like I said, you can go online. Every dollar that you donate goes to promoting everything Kings Mountain. And if you have any type of love for the Mountaineers, as I'm sure you do because you're watching this show and listening to us, we would love to have you be a part of the KM Touchdown Club.
Well, take it from me, it's a great organization, and if you want to get involved with the community, that's exactly how you do it. All right, our next segment, I'm going to bump up a little bit. We're sitting here with Coach Marcus Bell. Coach, big home game you had here Wednesday against West Lincoln.
Yes.
Give us a little rundown now. Here's the observation I made. West Lincoln just didn't have the players that we had,
right,
and didn't have the depth, and couldn't run a fifth quarter, couldn't run those extra men on the field like we could.
Right.
I'm sure that played a lot into the game plan this past Wednesday.
A big part. Like I say, they probably had around about 30 or so kids total, where we have around about 60. So yeah, that definitely helps us with our depth chart. We got a chance to play a lot of guys. Got all the way down to like third string, things like that. So that's always.
I was trying to get in there a little bit myself.
Yeah. Like I say, we got up big. It was 30-0 at halftime, so they put us on a running clock. So the final score was 38-0. Like I said, still saw some things that we got to take care of. Little small things here and there, alignments, stuff like that. But for the most part, overall good win. We're getting into the thick of our schedule starting this week with North Lincoln. We go up to North Lincoln. And actually, North Lincoln and us, we are the only two teams that are left undefeated in our division right now. Like I was telling Lamont a little earlier, Burns beat East Lincoln, who was the defending champs, in overtime 11-8 this past Wednesday. And North Lincoln beat Lincolnton, so that's got us and North Lincoln at the top of the division right now. So going into Wednesday, that'll be basically for first place right now in the east side of the Tri-County Conference.
Well, as far as numbers go, I don't think you'll have that problem over at North Lincoln,
right?
With the depth that West Lincoln had,
right? And they'll be a lot more competitive. Just program-wise, I think they're a little more. They always have been a little more competitive than West Lincoln has in the past few years. So we're definitely going to take this as a big game, as a teaching moment. Our goal has been all summer is to just take every game week to week and just treat the whole season like the playoffs. You can't give up can't let any game slip. Because last year we let a couple slip by, and just by the grace of a straw pool, we were able to get into the playoffs. So we don't want to be in that predicament this year. We want to make sure that we write our own destiny and do what we need to do by taking care of everything on the field, and then we don't have to leave it up to anyone else.
Well, you go to North Lincoln Wednesday, fifth quarter?
Yes. As far as I know, they will have fifth quarter, 4:30, and game will start at 5.
At 5.
Yes.
What's the middle school call? Is it $4 or $5?
I think it's 5.
5 to get in?
I think it's 5.
Well, worth a trip to go see these Patriots up in North Lincoln, upper end of Lincoln County.
Yes.
Some of the area that Craig used to teach in right there in Lincoln County.
I did up there at the Pumpkin Center area.
Pumpkin Center,
That's where it is.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, thank you so much for coming by. Yeah.
Before he leaves, Marcus.
Yes.
Prediction for Sunday. We got the Jaguars.
Now, see, I thought we were going to get away from not doing this.
No, we're talking about the
It's
Dolphins.
not on my script. It's not on my script.
I'm going 28-14 Dolphins.
Yes, sir. Tua's going to roll.
1-0 starting our run at AFC East champs.
That's right. And then we got Buffalo Thursday.
Got Buffalo Thursday, so a quick turnaround. But, I mean, you wouldn't want it any other way. That's what we got to dethrone, so let's go ahead and start getting to it right now.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about Kings Mountain and what's going on tonight. Stay with us. More Mountaineer pregame show right after this. The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the Mountaineers and the Bulldogs. County rivalry here in about 40 minutes or so as we get ready for that kickoff. Let's look at this real briefly. Let's look at the Mountaineers real quick. Kings Mountain kind of, now call me crazy. I don't mean for this to come out wrong, but I saw two different type of games with Cox Mill. I thought Friday they looked okay. They were able to move the ball a little bit, and the defense, was pretty good. But Monday it was just lights out, and Katie Barr, the door, looked like a completely different team, and it looked like they were in rhythm all night long.
I agree with that, and it was, we started out just a little shaky. We got to start with the ball because that's where it ended when we were going off the field with the weather. So it was a little odd because you're going back in and you're not kicking off. You're you're going out there and you're starting on third down. It's just weird. So it took us just a little bit to get going. The defense was really great right off the bat, but I'm with you, Drew. We found a rhythm, and we did great. And I said this Monday night, the offensive line really played well. They opened up holes for us. The running backs were able to get free. We had a clean pocket for a lot of our passes. I think they really stepped up their game, and you said it, Drew. It was like a totally different team, and I'm hoping that translates into tonight, that rhythm will carry to tonight on a short week, and we can keep flowing and doing like we did this past Monday.
Well, number 7, T.J. Armstrong, he was 11 of 19, 219 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Probably the best all-around game I've seen this kid have at the varsity level. Besides some short passes, he might have put a little bit too much strength on. I thought he did a great job, and he played better on Monday than he did on Friday, and then he played better on Friday than he did the previous Friday. So maybe he's getting more of those snaps in practice and getting that rhythm with the first string. He's looking a lot better to me.
I agree with that, and it's cliche to say it. Lamont, you can speak to this because your son played quarterback after I say this, but, you know, I truly believe it goes to Drew's point. The more he's playing, cliche, I know, but it's more. There's more snaps, more reads, more plays, more diagnosing of defenses. It just gives him more confidence when he has success.
Yeah, while I was away watching all the way in Baltimore, and you guys sound great as well.
Thank you, by the way.
And listen, when I saw it, I saw rhythm. He started getting into rhythm. The only thing is, like, I want to see more consistency with the short passes, things of that nature. But it's also, you know, when it comes to that, just like any special teams, just like long snapper, it's all about confidence.
It is.
And when you can hit the first 2 passes and throw some deep passes and connect, man, once that confidence start rolling and the rhythm start rolling, you know, I think good things going to happen. What I want to see tonight, I want to see consistency. I want to see how he handles adversity, maybe some incomplete pass or some miscues. I want to see how he handles adversity because, again, it's 4 quarters, it's a long game, but I love what I saw on Monday night.
Yeah, I like the point you made there, Lamont. One of the things I've always asked the teams I've coached is how will you respond to adversity? Because it's coming. And I tell the boys now, even the guys I coach now, football's a game of strategy, obviously, but, you know, you're not going to win every battle.
No,
you're not going to complete every pass. You're not going to make every tackle.
Right.
You're not going to make every field goal.
Right.
There's a lot of momentum changes in this game. And I always say, how do you respond? And you're right.
Right.
The good players and the ones that are ready respond well to adversity.
Exactly.
Number 32, Josiah Hill, and the main running back over the week, 17 carries, 73 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But, guys, the highlight of the game, Big Tex William Vaughn, 4 big catches, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, including that big 65-yard touchdown pass. The kid just seemed to be in the right place at the right time, exactly when we needed him.
Athlete. Was he 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah, easily.
And then his wingspan, and when he goes up and get the ball, I mean, just dominant. He's an athlete. He's 6'6". I'm sorry, Tex, for even putting you down 263. But
that's small Tex.
That's small Tex. Big Tex is 6'6", and when he extends and goes up, you know, unless you got a DB that's around 6'1", 6'2", most of your DBs on the high school level may be about 5'9", 5'10". He's going to have that advantage. So, again, it goes back to the quarterback putting the ball in the right spot so he can go get it.
Well, let me also say this, and you guys know because you've played, you've coached, you've been around this game a long time. One of the things that's impressed me, aside from all those stats you just gave, which are amazing, is how quickly he has learned to run routes.
There you go.
He runs them well.
That's key.
It's not like we just threw him out there all of a sudden and said, hey, go play receiver.
Right.
That shows you how much work he's put in.
And run down the field and go throw it to you, right?
Yeah. He knows how to get to the ball. He knows how to work his way open.
There you go.
He runs routes well.
Right.
And that shows the work he's done since the spring.
Right.
And, again, it goes back to the confidence level. Now, TJ, that's another receiver that he has confidence in.
There you go.
And we talked about this Monday, and I don't know if we said it on air or not. You know, we talked about if you try to double him, they play a safety over the top to help out with him. Well, that's fine. You're going to leave gash open.
That's right.
So you're going to have to pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
Are you going to cover one double? Are you going to cover 15 with two DBs?
Right.
And if you do, you're going to give up one of them.
Exactly.
Well, that's my next point. The entire receiving corps did a great job. Gash, 3 catches. Hill had 2, Branch and Armstrong both had 1 apiece. I hope we get to see all these guys in the mix tonight. How important is it to have those multiple receivers, and not just that one guy that's going to catch it every time, but you got 3 or 4, you get the ball to him, he's going after it.
Yeah, it's really important because now it keeps the defense honest. They have to play, and they got to now scheme against the offense coordinator and the offense and also it's important for the quarterback to make sure he stay balanced. Get some receivers some touches, and then when your receivers are happy, everybody's happy.
It's tremendously important. I agree with you. And the thing is, there's only one ball, as we know.
That's right.
Can't go to everybody. Distribution keeps people happy.
That's right.
But as a defensive coach, that it makes it difficult on a defensive coach to prepare. Because when you've got a quarterback or that looks at only one receiver, or you've got almost a team exclusively using the run, you try to take that stuff away.
Right.
And a lot of times you can, or you can really hamper it.
Right.
With us distributing the ball the way we are, that makes us a much stronger team.
Right.
Let's talk about the defense. I think Franklin from Cox Mill is still waking up thinking about the Mountaineers coming at him. Because they stayed after him all night long. They put so much pressure on that kid. And believe me, he did a great job getting the yards he did Monday night. He got out of some situations I didn't think he would get out of.
Right.
I agree with that. He kept plays alive and extended plays, but they had a tough time keeping us out of the backfield. And honestly, that set the tone early, and it allowed us to do what we needed to do and wanted to do. The defense really helped us tremendously Monday night.
The Mountaineers put 2 safeties on the board Monday night, so you have to really give credit to the kicking team because they pinned Cox Mill back to the wall every time and gave our defense, the ability to pick up those safeties.
Right, Drew. You may remember one that sticks out to me. Was the one that we had a short field, no man's land. We punted, which was a great idea.
Right.
Advance pinned that thing down inside the 5, and it snowballed on Cox Mill from there. So you're right. Our special teams have really stepped up when we've needed them so far, and I hope that trend continues tonight.
Right.
Well, guys, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get our quick coach interview. Brad Melton is standing by with head coach Coach Herron, and we'll stay with us more Mountaineer pregame presentation of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club and KMHS Sports. Back right after this. The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation.
Well, Coach, welcome back. Big game tonight, county rivalry, coming off a good win this week. So tell me this, how has your week been coming off of a very impressive performance on Monday? Weather's been a little better than last week. Your weather wasn't so good. So how's your week of practice been?
Yeah, the weather cooperated much better this week, and so our preparation was pretty good. It's the hard part is that it's a short week, so you only have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to get ready for a game. Tuesday's practice was really, really good. It was probably the best practice we've had so far this year, and maybe even longer. But very good practice Tuesday. Wednesday we got some things done. Thursday was kind of a walkthrough. We don't have walkthroughs, but I think the guys are focused, so it was a good week.
This being the last non-conference game before the real game starts, so to speak, for the real season, what are you looking for? What are the things that you're working on right now before conference starts?
Yeah, we just told the players that this is our last non-conference game, and we go into the conference next week. And we want to be hitting on all cylinders now. It's time to start showing that we know what we're doing, and that we're doing it with all of our effort. And so I think they understand. Of course, it's a county rivalry, so that always plays into the game, but it's more important for us to be hitting on all cylinders and playing good football, not making mistakes, not having 20 penalties, and so I think they know what the message is.
And, I think anybody can watch and see the difference in the first 2 weeks in the way they played. You can watch every week, guys getting a little better, figuring out what they're going on, the emotion of a county game. And, we've talked about that before. But let me ask you this. The Burns, pretty good run game. We've watched them, watched a little on film. They run the ball pretty well, defend the run pretty well. Is our front seven on defense and their run game going to be the key to this game?
Yeah, I think on both sides, really. They're going to send everybody. They're going to try to do whatever they have to do to stop our run, and we know that they're going to line up two tights, a tight end wing, tight end H-back, whatever it is, on the same side. They may go twins with the tight end and H-back on the same side and really try to overload you. But they're going to come right at us. They're a strong football team. You can tell they spend a lot of time in the weight room, so they're a strong football team. And it's the same thing I told our players, man. They're coming right at you. It's not going to be a lot of running around and that kind of stuff. They're just coming right at you, and we got to step up and meet the challenge.
And, Coach Devine's going to have them ready. One thing, too, as if that wasn't enough to prepare for, they've used alternating quarterbacks this year. So two different styles of quarterbacks. So defensively, how have you prepared for the different quarterbacks?
Yeah, Coach Carroll does a great job with that stuff. He knows everything that they're doing, and so really there's two different ways you can handle it. You can try to scheme for one and then scheme for the other, or you can come up with a defense that can handle both. And we've got a few things that we can do. Coach Carroll has kind of adjusted to both of them, but still tried to keep it simple for our players. So, we're going to play the way that we play. We're going to do what we do, and I think he's got a really good plan.
I'm confident in saying Coach Carroll's seen this before, so this is nothing new to either one of you guys. Well, Coach, listen, best of luck to you. Let's go 2-1, get this county win, and get it rolling come conference games.
I agree. That's what we're looking to do, and our players. I think they've figured out that that effort and the motivation to play is pretty important. So I hope we see that from the first gun to the end.
And I got a feeling they're going to be ready for this one.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. Back here, John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the Mountaineers and the Bulldogs, a big county rivalry. As we'd like to remind you, the Coaches Show, Mountaineer Football Tonight, airs Monday night, 7 o'clock. Craig Short is here. He's our host. Voted the best high school football Coaches Show host in Cleveland County for 2024.
Wow.
You probably didn't know that.
Wow.
But yes. But so make sure you tune in. You can find out the Butler Outdoor Design Player of the Week. We'll review the Burns game this coming week, and we'll get ready for the open week for Kings Mountain. Greg has a segment called Ask the Coach, and Craig has a segment called Ask the Coach. If you have any questions, and we did get a bunch of questions, if you have any questions, email those to mountaineerfootballtonight@gmail.com, and that's Monday night at 7 o'clock. Now, we didn't have, since we were playing Monday, we didn't have a coaches show, but we do have Players of the Week for the Cox Mill game for the Butler Outdoor Player of the Week. Defense, all these would be a no-brainer. Defense, Eli Lipscomb, 8 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack. Eli was just to the wall all night long and helped that defense really hum along. Offensively, William Big Tex Vaughn, 4 catches, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Special teams, Jaden Gash, 3 kickoff returns for 56 yards, 2 punt returns for another 20. And then overall, Antonio Armstrong, 8 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, and 1 fumble recovery. Congratulations to all those guys. Make sure you tune in to the Coaches Show so you'll find out who the players of the week are for this game Monday night.
Yes, because it'll be on Monday night at 7.
Monday night at 7. Also want to plug our halftime show tonight. We'll welcome our host, Brad Melton, and his guest this week, Sarah McComas. We had she's the cheerleading coach, and we had her scheduled for last week with the Cox Mill game, but due to the weather delay, we weren't able to get that in. So we will have that tonight in its entirety at halftime, so stay with us. Also want to give a big shout out to the junior varsity, winning last night 21-0 up in Lawndale against these Burns Bulldogs. Is Jeff, I just seen him a minute ago. Jeff, are you still with us? Are you there? I see you there.
Hang on, he's going to turn his mic on.
On Tuesday night for a JV varsity doubleheader beginning at 4:30.
We're trying to get Jeff. Hang on.
Well, we'll get him in a second. I had to actually turn the receiver on up here. All right.
All right.
There we go.
There you
wow.
There we go.
There you go. You guys
Jeff,
hear me okay?
Yes.
We can. Just overall, your first impressions of the game tonight on the game field.
Well, obviously, as we say a lot, the conditions down here are good. The air is cool. And I think our players are really focused and locked in. I did have a chance to talk to Coach before they went into the last prep, before they came back out in the field. Coach said that he really feels like Burns is really going to try on offense to run right at us and come at us. But he said our defense, while he wants them to step up to the challenge, we got to be careful. You know, they're going to throw in maybe one over the top. And he said offensively for us, he said we're going to have to, really play our game, and he said it's a game of adjustments. So he's looking forward to it. It should be a good matchup tonight.
Well, Jeff will be with us on the sidelines all night long. Thank you so much, Jeff, and thank you so much for all the hard work that he puts in with sponsor videos and all those kind of things. Thank you so much, Jeff. All right, let's look at some other games going on tonight that we'll be mentioning on the Caldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West, Just-in-Time Plumbing, CNC Scrap Iron and Metal Scoreboard. Ashbrook travels to West Meck. We haven't seen Ashbrook yet, but we did see West Meck in the Jamboree.
I've seen Ashbrook up close.
Right, yeah.
They're impressive. I think they'll win this game going away.
Hunter Huss, they travel to Providence.
That's an interesting game.
It is. I was going to say the same
Providence, thing. Is it Providence Day or Providence?
Providence.
The
Panthers.
Okay, so I'm telling you, Huss has got it going on right now. Their speed may be a little too much for Providence.
Right.
I'm going to go with the Huskies.
Stuart Kramer at East Gaston.
I'm going to go with Stuart Kramer.
I am too.
East Gaston has to be down.
They're down. They have to be. And I'm going to tell you, Stuart Kramer won last week.
They did.
And they put 24 the week before on East Lincoln.
They did.
So Stuart Kramer, I think, is going to make some noise this year.
Right.
Freedom travels to Forest View. First of all, that's a long ride.
Yeah.
It is.
But Freedom at Forest View tonight.
I'm going with the home team, Forest View.
They may get this one. Yeah,
Yep.
I agree with
Yep.
that.
They've been competitive.
They have.
Yeah,
They have.
They've been competitive.
West Lincoln travels to Fred T. Ford.
That's going to be – I saw West Lincoln on film this past week from the Cherryville game because that's who Blacksburg's playing tonight. We'll get that in a minute. West Lincoln is physical again. They are big. They've got a good running game.
Always have.
I think they'll beat Ford easily.
Right.
Another county rivalry, East Lincoln at Lincolnton.
I just think East Lincoln's too much.
Yeah, I think you throw out the records because it's a rival, but I have East Lincoln at least by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, we talked about a long bus ride. Bessemer City gets on the bus about 3 o'clock this afternoon and heads to Avery County.
And again, I've seen Avery County on film because we're playing Cherryville, and I'm going to tell you, Cherryville handled them. They did, but I think, and then Bessemer got a big win last week over North Gaston. I think that the Yellow Jackets get a win on the road tonight.
Right, I agree.
The Cavaliers v. Rutherford at Newton Conover.
Well, I've seen Newton Conover.
Yeah. Who have you not seen?
I'm telling you, it's amazing when you got film and you do go to the scrimmages. Newton Conover is better, but they've got a brand new coaching staff. They're focusing their attention on the JV. Their JV is really good. That's who we went against. I think their varsity's okay, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go. I'm not going to give them the victory tonight. I'm going to go with the other.
East Rutherford.
East Rutherford.
I think they're going to head 40 east to Newton Conover and get that W. I'm with you.
Statesville travels to South Iredale.
Greyhounds.
Yeah, Statesville.
Independence at Charlotte Christian.
That's an interesting
game. That's
game.
going to be an interesting game.
Because we know
both are undefeated.
Yes, we know how good Charlotte Christian is.
Right.
We know how good Independence is. They're back, it seems, or maybe getting back. That's going to be a big one.
Right.
I'm going to go. Who you going to go with?
I'm going Independence.
I'm going to go with Independence too.
I'll go Charlotte Christian. Just to make it fair. Palisades at Clover.
Blowout Clover.
Yeah, easily.
Asheville travels all the way to Lake Norman.
That's a long ride.
It's a long ride, and it's tough to beat Lake Norman at Lake Norman. There's discipline. Not sure what Asheville. Have you seen Asheville this year, Greg?
I have not,
Right.
but I'm just saying that's a long way.
It is. It is.
We know how good Asheville normally is.
Right.
And Lake Norman's a decent 4A team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go with Lake Norman.
Yeah.
West Charlotte and Cox Mill.
West Charlotte. I see 3 to 4 touchdowns or more.
Shelby travels all the way to the other side of the county and plays.
That's going to be a tough one. Was able to talk to Coach Lord on last night. Went over to support one of our youth at the church, and I talked with him, and I think he's really concerned about his offensive line, his defensive line. I think he had some injuries up front, and you know how Coach Lord is. He's always saying, "Listen, we're gonna have our work cut out for us." So he knows how good Shelby is. Shelby got blew out last week. Saturday. I think they. So I know they're gonna be. It's Shelby and Crenshaw, and so again, it's a toss up. But I don't count Greg Lord out, so I'm not sure.
Who won the JV game last night?
Shelby did, overtime.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And I'll say real quick, I talked to Coach Wilbanks at church on Sunday, and he was saying the same thing, like that game with AC Reynolds. We know how good AC Reynolds is.
Exactly.
The game with AC Reynolds was 27-21.
Yeah.
And he said, but then they turned the ball over, and it changed it. They had 2 busted coverages. They're playing man coverage.
Right.
Guys got loose.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't making an excuse for the score.
Right.
But his point was they were right in that game for a while. So tonight, you're right. It's going to be a big game there at Crest.
Right.
Who you gonna go with? We didn't answer that.
I'm gonna take home team Crest.
All right. That's what we'll do.
I'd probably have to take Crest because I can't pick Shelby. Somewhere deep down.
Drew, you go to church.
I know. It was drilled into me at birth. I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Now when Mike looks at you on Sunday,
I'll tell him then Sunday too.
Just meet him at the altar.
Yeah.
Y'all pray about it.
He was actually the deacon that prayed this past Sunday, so I know he won't be this Sunday.
There you go.
All right, let's save this one for last. Cherryville travels to Blacksburg.
That's right. Iron Men are coming down to play the Iron City Cats, and our boys are ready.
Blacksburg.
JV got a big win last night on the road at Cherryville. 1-0 on the season. Thank you. And
that's right.
I think we're going to get it. They're ready. I will say real quick, tonight at Gaffney and at Blacksburg, both are home teams.
Yeah.
This is Coach Boo Boo night. Coach Boo Boo.
Yeah.
You know, Lamont, you know who he is.
That's
Coach
right.
Boo Boo was a guy that served in Cherokee County.
That's right.
Special needs gentleman.
Right.
Both schools loved him.
Yep.
He did stuff at both schools.
He did.
He was called coach at both schools.
That's right.
He tragically passed away at the end of the summer. Tonight, both Gaffney and Blacksburg are honoring Coach Boo Boo with white T-shirts and pregame warm-up. The coaches are wearing them at both places. The crowd's wearing them.
Right.
They say Coach Boo Boo on the shirt, and it's got both team logos on it. A really cool gesture for tonight for him in honor of him.
That's excellent.
Let's talk about some scores last week. Crest over Burns 32-27. Bessemer City beats North Gaston 27-21. AC Reynolds over Shelby 51-21. Catawba Ridge 52, East Gaston 19. Robinson wins over East Rutherford 40-32. Hickory scoreless, or Hickory 34 scoreless is Newton Conover 0. South Caldwell 46, RS Central 14. West Lincoln over Cherryville 52-0. Lincolnton falls to North Lincoln 41-20. I put this on here just because they are the Fighting Irish. Bavard loses to Knoxville Catholic 19-14.
Woo!
So I put a little
Knoxville
Irish.
Catholic or the Fighting Irish?
Fighting Irish.
Wow.
So there you go. And Tuscola over Polk County 21-14. Pisgah over Inca 49-14. And the Greyhounds of Statesville 28, Lake Norman 21. We'll keep up with all those scores for the Caldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West, Just in Time Plumbing, CNC Scrap Iron and Metal scoreboard. So stay tuned during the ball game for that. When we get back, we'll see what Coach Klein would do for this ball game. So y'all be ready. We'll be back with more pregame. Stay with us. More to come after this. The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. Back here at John Gamble Stadium, getting ready. The band's coming on the field, and it is time for one of our favorite segments to find out what Coach Klein would do.
Have you got the graphic?
I do have the graphic.
I love that
Up tonight is the Burns Bulldogs. Lamont Littlejohn is the head coach tonight of the Burns Bulldogs. Lamont, how do you go back to other side of the county with a win tonight?
Yeah, I think we got to play good defense. We have to, again, shut down. We know Kings Mountain is known for the run. We got to shut down the run and, again, put it in the quarterback's hands, see if he can be consistent tonight. Offensively, the play I'm running is a Wildcat. I'm running Wildcat. I'm going to pound. I saw last week where pretty much Burns Wildcat Crest to death, and Crest had a tough time stopping it. So I'm putting number 23, Marshall McGowan, back there, and I'm going to call different sets for jet sweeps, different things to offset the defense, and I'm calling Wildcat going tonight.
Craig, you get Kings Mountain tonight. How do you win?
I think you win by stopping the run. I think that's what you're going to see thrown at us tonight.
Heavy.
And I think you're going to see them try to control the clock by running the ball. I think, like Coach said, we're not going to overrun things. If we'll play disciplined up front like we did Monday night, we should be able to have some success. Offensively, we need to get it to our playmakers. We need to run the ball. We need to be balanced like we were Monday night. You want to play for me, I'm going to run trips Lucy Roy 32 wheel. That's a trip set with Tex in the slot. He's going to run a wheel route up the sideline, which is what we scored on Monday night.
Right.
With a fake, we're going to fake the dive on the right to the tight end side, wheel route on the backside, hit Tex for a touchdown.
I always like the wheel route.
I do too.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to cover.
It is very hard.
Because it looks like he's coming right at you, and then he scoots by you up the sideline. And if you got an athlete like he did, Shelby did it to us when we played them with running with Tate.
He did.
It's a hard route to cover.
It is.
Let's take our last break. We've got the National Anthem coming up. Don't go anywhere. More pregame to come right after this. The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Bands on the field. We'll pause for just a minute for the national anthem and the school song. So stay with us. Mountaineer pregame brought to you by the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club and a presentation of KMHS Sports.
Let us now pause for a moment of silence and give thanks to God for the abundant blessings He has bestowed on our country, our state, our county, and on each of our communities.
Our most gracious, loving Heavenly Father, we thank you for today and the privilege to gather together in the spirit of competition. Lord, we ask that you bless the players and the coaches as they take to the field, the fans, the band, and the cheerleaders as they support these athletes, and may good sportsmanship prevail. For the Christ name, and everybody say it.
Ladies and gentlemen, with pride and our hats removed, our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, your Kings Mountain High School marching band.
The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation.
So because he's
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, so we get ready for the Mountaineers to run on the field. Last part of the pregame show this week at Kings Mountain. Man, the volleyball team is just looking like they did when they left off last year after the state championship. They're 8-1. This week they defeated Hunter Huss Monday 3-0. Tuesday defeated East Gaston 3-0, and North Gaston Thursday 3-0. So they're 8-1. Had the one loss to Weddington. But, you know, Weddington being that big 4A school, so, you know, I think that was.
They're rolling still.
They are. Men's soccer, they lost at home to RS Central 4-3, heartbreaker. Cross country did amazing in Ashbrook this week. The men won their section, and the girls finished third. And women's tennis, I'm not 100% sure if their season has started yet on women's tennis. I need to find out. So that's coming up. We've got the coin toss about to happen. Like to thank all of our pregame sponsors, HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Hoppers Enterprises, Kimberly Spicer, CPA and attorney at law, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, and Albemarle. And that concludes the Mountaineer pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the game of the week coming at you. KMHS Sports. We'll be back right after this. The Mountaineer pregame is sponsored by HSI Land Development, Bridges Hardware, Kimberly Spicer, attorney at law and CPA, Hoppers Enterprise, Spake Concrete Products, Point 135 Real Estate, The Gutter Guys, the Albemarle Foundation. People.
462.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the Mountaineers and the Bulldogs. They're getting ready for the coin toss.
Lamont, you had this many times with your son.
Yes, sir.
Being a leader,
Yes,
being
sir.
a game captain. That's awesome.
It makes a difference, doesn't
Looking out there, seeing my boys
That's
a game
right.
captain.
That's
that ain't
right.
nothing.
Burns has won the toss, and it
makes a
looks like they
difference,
deferred to the second half.
Interesting.
It makes a dad proud,
Yes,
brother.
it does. Yes, it does.
Oh, Burns deferred. That's very interesting.
Yes, they did.
So the Mountaineers will see the opening kickoff. We've got about 3.5 minutes left before kickoff. Did we miss anything on pregame?
No, let's get after it.
No.
Jason Mills is with us. Did we miss anything on? Did you hear? You heard all of our pregame, right?
Of course
Just
he
say
did.
yes, Jason. There you go.
Hey, give
Hey,
him,
we got a camera of them coming down
Give
the
him-
field tonight.
give him your headset
Yeah,
for a
here,
minute.
Jason.
Jason, I noticed that you did a pregame sponsored thing over here about tennis courts for the youth.
We did.
Is that just for tonight, or can we see more of that during the year?
We are. So our next pregame is our next home game, which is coming up. And we have another group of people that's sponsoring that, so we'll be out from 5:30 to 6:30.
Well, great. Make sure you're. Is it just high school? Is it middle school? Is it?
It's high school and middle school, and
Okay.
it's sponsored through our FCA on campus.
Well, we'll look forward to that next home game. Thank you so much,
Thank
Jason,
you.
for all your work that you do and
Absolutely.
being a part of the broadcast. When we win our awards for Best Broadcasters of the Year, you're officially part of the team now, so there you go. Mountaineers getting ready for the opening kickoff. Let's take a break. When we get back, we got the opening kickoff. Don't go anywhere. Mountaineer football up next. KMHS Sports is sponsored by Carter Bank and Trust, Brittany Austin and Company Real Estate, Flooring America, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, JWH Contracting, Butler Outdoor Design. Did you get the officials?
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot the officials. I mean, the pyramid.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for the opening kickoff. Right quick, our officials for tonight's game.
Absolutely. Terry Prince will want to know who these are. Referee Chris Husky, umpire Jeff Murray, linesman Darren Medford, line judge Ricky Harris, back judge Aiden Mislinski. I hope I said that correctly. And the clock operator Scott Davenport.
41, Ryan Sisk, deep for the Mountaineers.
Jaden Cash deep for the Mountaineers on the opening kickoff. And Ryan Sisk gets ready to kick it off for Burns.
It's 73 degrees. It's kickoff time.
Mountaineers in their black tops, gold pants tonight.
Pooch.
Real short kick around the 31-yard line. He'll miss a block or two. Pretty good return. Mountaineers will take over 1st and 10 from around the 42-yard line.
Up back Dakota Smith on a return. I appreciate that. Got us some good yardage. Burns got on some slick-looking uniforms tonight, but I'm telling you, those gold numbers they've got on are hard to see up here.
It is.
But I do like the look. That's a clean-looking uniform. Mountaineers are starting in minus territory on their own.
So
43, 42,
yeah,
43.
TJ Armstrong, your quarterback. 4 receiver set. Quick pass right out to the flats, and it's a little bit high, incomplete. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Not exactly the wheel route you were looking for.
No, it wasn't.
No.
But it was a pass.
Let's see how they're covering right here, too.
Right.
Texas set into the boundary. Let's see if he draws double coverage. Gash is in the slot on this side. It's basically a trip set. We got Antonio at wing.
Hand off the Hill. He's going to make a cut on the left side. He'll pick up a few, maybe 6 yards on the play, 5 yards.
Yeah, Drew, that was great. I don't know if you saw it on that side right there. It was the right tackle and our guard on the right side did a great job opening a hole. A great hole to run through, really clean.
So 3rd and 5 for your Mountaineers. Armstrong back to pass. He's got an open receiver. It's number 15 across the 40. That's a first down. That's Vaughn on the reception.
Again, a clean pocket by the OL. Great job. TJ got the ball out quick. Mont, you notice how that was a zip on that ball?
It was.
A good route. We had a horse set or 2 receivers on each side, and Tex came open, came back underneath.
And I love the way he catches with his hands.
Yes,
Right.
Armstrong changes the protection call. 3 receiver set, trips to the far side. He'll hand it off to Hill around the left side. A little bit of running room. He'll get maybe 1 or 2 yards at best. Bring up a 2nd and long.
Great block by Jack Kaiser on the far side, on the play side, back in on the defensive end. He sealed him off to allow Josiah to get out over the edge, but Burns did a great job pursuing, only getting us, allowing us to gain 1 yard on the play.
A gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9.
So 2nd down and 9 for Kings Mountain.
Nice
Quick
pass. Good.
Pass complete to the top.
So he gets away from it.
That's a
first
man.
down.
Wow.
And he kept going.
That is a man.
Lamont, correct me if I'm wrong, but he broke
Yeah.
a tackle of 2 guys at one
I
time.
think everybody thought he was tackled.
Yes.
But Ted says not so fast.
No.
Not so fast.
Man, I'm telling you.
Playmaker, brother.
We talked about getting a rhythm early, and that's
Yep.
what we've done so far. Let's hope this trend continues. 2 receiver set. We got a wing. Antonio inside of the wing. Still a receiver eligible if he wants to be. Sending a player off for his knee pads from
Right.
Burns. Again, we talked about that Monday night. That's so aggravating.
Now, it's interesting because that's a starting DB on Tex. Now, who will they have to come in to play Tex?
Exactly. Well, the guy coming in is a lot shorter than him.
And will we exploit it? That's the question.
But now
They swap.
Yeah, they swap. They
So
swap the other one.
They're sending the bigger guy over here.
Right. So, Gash is in the slot.
He's in the slot up top. You got
Right.
Antonio at wing on this right side.
Right.
So he's still a receiver.
And
But he's got about 6 inches on him.
Yeah.
Now we're going to a trip set. Antonio's going to the far side. Texas into the boundary.
Armstrong drops back, tries to find a receiver.
Oh, that's a flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Incomplete, but is a flag on the play.
The intended receiver, William Vaughn.
Some folks might say or think, well, that ball was uncatchable. Remember, in high school, there is no uncatchable rule.
That's right.
So
Pass interference against the Bulldogs.
Pass interference against Burns.
So
And that's going to be
first
enough
down.
for another Mountaineer.
Still able to get a first down in this situation. The 1st and 10 from around the 13, 14-yard line. Armstrong rolls out again.
Good pass. Good catch.
All the way down to around the 4-yard line.
I'm going to tell you right there.
So that's a first down.
I really hope I don't jinx us by saying this, but I am telling you, This drive
Yeah.
has been a thing of execution.
That's right.
That play alone, TJ rolled out to his left,
Right.
almost like a little bootleg. Offensive line did a good
Right.
job. He dumped it over the end
Right.
to Gash. Gash ran a great route.
Right.
What a great play.
Armstrong hands it to.
We did not need
himself.
this.
It just wasn't secured very well. Burns will take over.
Okay, we got to regroup.
You know, I said,
Craig,
you remember I said
I
earlier.
told you I
I'm
shouldn't
not
have said it.
superstitious.
I shouldn't have said it.
But you remember what I said earlier, how we're going to handle adversity.
Yeah.
This is our first time adversity, and we're good. Just keep your head up. Defense, and the good thing is we got a good defense, and they are deep on their own, what is it,
On
two?
the 2-yard line,
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. I about said Blue Dogs, but that would have been close enough.
I think we're going to get a heavy dose of number 23, McGowan. And he's back there in the backfield as a quarterback, right?
He is.
Yep.
Tight end over,
Yep.
wing over. So run power to this side.
And
probably.
he can throw the ball, y'all. So
Yeah, power this
Hand
side.
the ball off right up the middle. He'll get maybe a couple of yards. Mountaineers will bring him down right across the 5-yard line. Bring the second down. McGowan hands off to Xavion Wilson,
yeah,
senior for Burns.
He played with these guys at Kings Mountain for a little while.
he did. He played 2 years ago. Great athlete. And, you know, he played with so much heart last year as well.
McGowan calls the signals, hands the ball off once again. But he's going to be met before he gets to the 10-yard line. That's Wilson
that
again.
showed Wilson's strength. He got hit about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage and ended up gaining about half a yard.
Yeah, he's strong. He's strong.
So 3rd and about 4, a long 4. Gowan makes the calls. Tries to get Kings Mountain to
Offsides.
jump,
We
and,
did.
and they
We got
did.
it.
So that should be a fresh set of downs. First down, Bulldogs. They knew we were coming.
Coach is saying that the quarterback can't make that hand motion towards the line of scrimmage. That's a false start.
It is. It's called simulating a snap, Jeff, and if he's doing that, it's wrong. He can clap, but he can't. I'm sorry, Jeff, I cut you off. I apologize.
No, you're good.
He can snap, but he can't simulate or clap, but he can't punch toward the line.
He's going to keep it himself as McGowan over on the left side, but he's going to get pulled down by number 6, McIntyre.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that they had another quarterback you said in, and they pulled him out about, what, third
That's
quarter?
Warlick, and he's more of a traditional style quarterback.
But it's interesting they start with McGowan tonight.
Well, they made a lot more progress with Crest in this set.
This is how they got back in the game.
Right,
You know,
right.
And I kind of got the impression that they thought they could have won that game if they had started out like this to start with.
Right, right.
Big third down here, 3rd and 3. Sure, we're going to see a big dose of the run again.
Most definitely. And it's probably going to be, if I had my money on it, it's going to be McGowan. They don't have 2 yards to pick up.
3rd and 3. He'll keep it himself. He's under pressure. He just throws it away.
He can
Did he catch
throw.
it?
Yeah.
He did catch it.
He can throw, y'all.
So that will be a first down.
That's a great job by that receiver coming back to the ball.
And let me remind you, McGowan is a pitcher on that Burns baseball team that went back-to-back to state championship.
Yeah.
And also he has a full ride to Western Carolina for baseball. So the kid is a pure athlete, and he has an arm.
It didn't really appear like that play was designed to be a pass, though.
Yeah, it was.
Once he was under pressure,
Yeah.
it looked like he just trying to get rid of the ball.
I think we was just back there. He wasn't able to set up, but I saw him run that play in pregame earlier.
Hand the ball off, number 15. He'll kind of just trip on the turf. That's Max Davis. the ball carrier.
No gain, 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10. He was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. McGowan makes his calls. Man in motion. Little
Good slant.
swing pass.
That kid's quick.
I don't think we
Right
can
on,
be
get it.
catching to the 10-5. Touchdown Burns. So Burns will strike first and put 6 on the board.
Wow.
I can hear the defensive coaches from here, I think. So they go all the way 98 yards to get the score, get the 6. Burns attempts the extra point. Ball is up.
No good.
And it is no good. So 6-0, Burns will lead. We'll be back right after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty.
Yeah.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Burns puts 6 on the board on their opening possession off a turnover on the 2-yard line. That's the bad part, a turnover on the 2.
But like I said early in pregame, you know, how you going to handle adversity. Now we just got to it was a great drive. We just now got to do the same thing, this time put it in the end zone.
Ryan Riss gets ready to kick off for Burns. Jaden Gash in the back for the Mountaineers. And still another kind of pooch kick. The 25-yard line. Hand the ball off, and it's on the floor, but able to be picked back up. Trying to make something special happen, and he just
flag on the play. Got some laundry on the field.
We got a flag down on the 34.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad we still retain the ball.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll take the flag.
I think our guys, what we got to do is settle down, and we cannot beat ourselves.
Say holding against Kings Mountain. So Kings Mountain will start over 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Mountaineers from their own 23-yard line.
Thank you so much wherever you're tuning in to us tonight at your home or your work or the American Legion, Country Club, Sweet Station. Just a few I know that have us on, 133 West.
Number 32, Josiah Hill in the carry.
I don't know if Crave has us on or not, but if they don't, they ought to. And I need a hot dog. A hot dog and some tater tots. Be great.
Yeah,
Thank
they've
you.
got good
Thank
food.
Yeah.
Armstrong checks his protection. Hand off to Hill right up the middle. He'll get met right after the line of scrimmage.
I don't think he got maybe a yard or not any at all. Yeah, he got, I'm sorry, he got 2. So it's still going to be 3rd and
3rd and about 7.
7, 8, yeah.
For the Mountaineers.
Jay said 6, but I'm going to say 7.
Jay can't count. He never could.
No, he can't. I can see what the stick is.
Oh.
Well, he's reading the scoreboard, and
As old Deacon used to say in the church, bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Bless him.
Armstrong, plenty of time to pass right over the middle.
Good ball, good catch.
First down, Kings Mountain. Gash with his first reception tonight.
I love the way number 7 sat in that pocket. He didn't get happy if he didn't throw it off. He went through it. He didn't throw it off his back foot. He settled in. That was good by TJ. Good ball, good catch by Jake.
And Lamont, I'll say it again, he had a clean pocket.
He sure did.
Hand off to Hill. He'll get met in the backfield, trying to make something special happen, and he does. Gets the first down to the 40, 35, 30, 20. Run him out of the bounds.
Man, I want you to
around the 12-yard line.
Did you see Tex?
That's what I was going to say. I hope y'all watched that. When Josiah reversed the field, Tex sealed a tremendous block on the outside. Never letting the play die. That's what we got to do.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the 17-yard line.
First and 10 from the 17. Trying to get the Burns guys to jump, and it looks like they did. It's a flag on the play. It cost them 5. It'll be first and 5. The 12-yard line. I accidentally, well, I shouldn't say accidentally, but I mentioned last week on the broadcast that I had something to do with the stadium music. Now I get requests on my phone.
Oh, there you go. Should have never said it.
Hill on the carry, just nowhere to run.
What happened right there, Drew, I think he hesitated just a bit in the hole and tried to cut back outside, and when he did, Burns closed on him pretty good. He's asking for a break.
Sophomore camp on the tackle for Burns.
And Coach said no.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Mountaineers.
He's patting his helmet, and Coach said no. I think that's funny. Or maybe he didn't see him.
Armstrong back to pass. Clean pocket right over the middle. Incomplete.
Uh-oh.
The intended receiver, Jaden Gash, and he's down at the moment.
He hollering. I hope he's all right.
While Jaden Gash gets helped up, I think he just lost his helmet. He's just kind of limping a little bit.
He rolled that ankle.
Yeah.
Gave him some trouble last year, you remember. It was not the same one.
Hope not either.
Looks like his right ankle. He's walking better already.
Is he? Okay, good.
If nothing else, the boy has a nice head of hair.
Yes, he does.
3:02 to go here in this first quarter. Burns leads it right now, 6-0.
Yeah,
Kings Mountain knocking on the door again. We were down here before and lost it at the 2. So 3rd and 8. If we don't pick this up, do you see a fourth day play or field goal?
I'd go with a field goal.
Field goal,
probably.
yeah. I mean, it's still early.
I think it also
first quarter.
Yeah, I also think it depends on how far we get on this 3rd down, if anything.
Armstrong back to throw again. He's throwing it to the end zone, corner of the end zone. Incomplete.
Yeah, but I think
if he
would put just a little bit more air so the receiver can run under it. But they'll come back to that because that was open.
Yeah, it was open big time.
He was there.
Yeah, he just need to put some air under that.
So the Mountaineers will run the punt team, or not the punt team, but the field goal team. Matt Rahm. Vance Johnson will hold.
The 32-yarder from the left hash.
So the ball is up. And it is good, so the Mountaineers will put 3 on the board. Stay with us, more Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Loos, D.R. Horson Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, the Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters,
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Good shot of the band right there. The marching Mountaineers is what I was trying to get out. Hopefully about the middle of the year, they'll get their brand new uniforms, and we're looking forward to seeing those.
Feel like the cheerleaders have some brand new uniforms.
The cheerleaders have new uniforms. Football team has new uniforms. I think we are the only ones that didn't receive new uniforms.
Yeah, man. Everybody else want to be bougie.
I've been after Coach Bridges about that.
We still have our uniforms from what, 80?
I was going to say, I want a new uniform.
I've already told the head baseball coach, Will Sellers, I want my own jersey.
Okay.
I want the old school Mountaineers across the chest, button up.
Yeah. You deserve that, Drew.
I think I do.
You deserve that. Let us know if we need to make any calls on your behalf.
Okay.
Okay.
We know some people.
Rom gets ready to kick off. He kicks it deep.
Great kick.
Returned at about the 3-yard line, trying to make some cutbacks and some moves across the 20. He'll get up to maybe the 22.
All right, let's go defense.
So he'll get a few yards in the plus column for returning that ball. 1st and 10. And that's Graham Warlick on the return, which is the starting quarterback from the other night.
Got you.
You know, when you have athletes, you have to get them on the field somewhere.
Got to get them on the field.
McGowan calls the signals. Hand off the ball to the left side, just nowhere to run. He's still on his feet. Mountaineers finally pull him down. That's number 6, Goodson on the carry. I think we had him about 4 or 5 times. He just kept rolling around.
Right.
But he only gets 1 yard off the carry, so 2nd and 9 for Burns. You have to kind of pay attention to the Bulldogs because you never know who the running back is going to be in the backfield.
So true.
Right now it's Goodson still back there with McGowan. Hand the ball, McGowan keeps it himself right up the middle, nowhere to go. Mountaineers close up quickly, brings up a 3rd down. Guys, this is a big 3rd down play right here.
We need to get them off the field.
So they're running a tight wing set. So they've got a tight end and a wing to one side. Like right there, it was to our left, our defensive left. They did a double pull to do a quarterback lead right there. So same set our viewers are watching. So you've got a tight end at the top, wing right behind him. A lot of times they'll run the power to that side. Let's see what they do this time.
McGowan calls the signals. They call timeout?
The official called timeout for equipment, sending 4 off the field.
Official timeout. 4 will go off.
Man, that's
15
all the way
will
from the
come
back,
on.
Judge.
That's Max Davis.
So tight wing set up top. Let's see if they run power.
Back to throw is McGowan. He's under pressure. He's going to get sacked in the backfield. That's number 33 leading the way, Eli Lipscomb, last week's player of the game for Butler Outdoor Design, and brings up a big 4th down, which is exactly what the doctor asked for.
Exactly. We need to get them off the field there. A team like Burns, you don't want to give them too much momentum. You want to really, that first drive was good for them, but you don't want to let them have sustained drives.
No, you need to take the momentum back because they just got a huge shot in the arm going 98 yards. And
Graham Warlick, ball almost over his head, but he gets the kick off.
Peter. Get away. Good.
So they'll down it about a 37-yard line. 36, Mountaineers will take over 1st and 10. Only 19 seconds to go in this first quarter.
At the 36-yard line of the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers.
Who's on TV at college tomorrow? What's the games to pick?
Michigan and Texas are playing at noon. Carolina and Charlotte. The big one's tomorrow night in Charlotte.
Is the Mayonnaise.
The Mayonnaise Bowl,
Duke's Mayonnaise.
whatever you call it, Tennessee and State. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, that's going to be a real good one.
Armstrong back to pass again, looking deep. Got a man open and just could not connect with him. Incomplete. Bring up a second down.
I think if he would have kept running,
Yeah, I was
like
going
he
to say
jumped.
the same thing.
Yeah.
He hesitated almost like he wasn't going to get it, and TJ put the ball where he should have been.
Right.
Kings Mountain staying in the same formation, dub set or horse set, 2 receivers top and bottom.
Armstrong calls the signals, hands the ball off to Hill. He's met in the backfield one time, misses another tackle. He's got a hole. He's still on his feet. All the way, 5, touchdown.
I don't see any laundry on the field.
No laundry.
I'm going to tell you something, too. Burns ran a blitz, a double-backer blitz there, overwhelmed us. They got through. Offensive line did fine, but they just got through. They outmanned us. Josiah made 2 guys miss and then split the safeties.
Oh, yeah.
What a heck of a run.
And that DB didn't want no sign of him. He says, not tonight. I don't want to hit that. That was a freight train coming.
Rom will kick. Johnson will hold, getting ready for the extra point. The ball is up.
Barely.
And
we'll take
it is good. We'll take it. Mountaineers will lead by 10-6. We'll be back. More Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Carter Bank and Trust, Brittany Austin and Company Real Estate, Flooring America, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, JWH Contracting, Butler Outdoor Design.
Style points, though.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Mountaineers finally put 7 on the board. 10-6, they lead the Bulldogs by 4. We've got maybe, if we have a run back play, this should be the last play of the first quarter. Give a shout out to our spouses. They let us do what we do here on Friday nights.
Most definitely.
And returnable from the 2-yard line up to the 10, 15, still on his feet, crossing the 20. And he's still going. He'll get across the 30-yard line, depending on where the officials will spot it, maybe around the 32. 1st and 10, and that'll run the clock out. We'll go to the second quarter. So stay with us. More Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the Venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty.
Here we go. Back here live, Mountaineers get ready to start the second quarter of play. Burns Bulldogs will come out and just right quick run down some scores on the Farm Bureau 133 West Just-in-Time Plumbing, Caldwell Banker, CNC Scrap Iron and Metal scoreboard. Who do we got?
Here we go. We got no score in the Ashbrook West Met game. Hunter Hudson Providence, Buford Highland Tech. Cherryville is down 13-0 to the Iron City Cats. Blacksburg's up. We got East Lincoln 13.
Their second half. Cherryville's second half team.
Cherryville's picking Ironmen over my Wildcats.
Exactly.
East Lincoln 13, Lincoln to nothing. South Point's on a bye this week. Crest is up 14-0 on Shelby. No score with Avery and Bessemer. West Lincoln 7, Fred T. Ford 6, East Gaston 7, Stuart Kramer nothing. That's the update.
McGowan hands off over on the left side. He'll pick up, he'll get to, maybe to the line of scrimmage, depending on where he spots it. They're going to say no gain, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Now, is it important for the defense right here for another 3 and out like you just had before?
Yeah. I think the more our defense get that offense off the field and kill momentum, the better for us.
Back to throw real quick. That's McGowan. He's going to just lob it right over.
2 receivers.
Incomplete. I think that was not McGowan's fault. I thought the pass was right there at him.
It looked like it went through 2 guys.
So big 3rd and 10 play.
But I'm going to be honest, like Lamont said, the window tint on these windows up here is so good.
Yeah,
I couldn't see.
No.
So should we tell David no window tint?
Yeah.
Well,
make a list.
Well, we're getting a new press box. So
yeah.
We'll let it ride.
McGowan calls signals in the back.
All right, they got the
Mountaineers
power
looking
set.
to pull pressure. Man in motion. McGowan back to throw. Little quick wide out pass. And incomplete. So 4th down. If he had called that pass, he probably would have lost 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, there was nothing much there. Good call, Drew.
Yeah, that's a strange call as well because you had 10 yards to go.
Well, but you saw what they did, Lamont. What they did is they ran, they overloaded the top side, and they just, I'm with you, though. They released them into the flat.
It was just a better defensive play.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Scheme from our end. But playing against a defense like us, why would you?
And he could have been thinking, like, give me a few yards to punt the ball.
Right, that's
just give me a little more cushion.
That's true.
Gash and Williams back to receive for Kings Mountain. He gets the ball off this time, and it's a good one. Trying to get 2 flags on the play. Still on his feet. That's Gash. He'll get brought down finally around the 32.
Penalty.
Is he calling a face mask, Jeff? Because there was nobody.
I don't know. We ended up on top of one of their gunners. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it is holding on us then, because I was going to say they
holding against Kings Mountain.
You know, sometimes when a guy changes field, in your position, you're in a position you don't mean to hold, but you do.
Yeah. No, I'm not questioning it at all. That's why I had you answer me, because I only saw our other return guy back there, and I didn't know what happened. I was watching the ball. So thank you, Jeff.
So this is about where we were when we started the last drive. Able to put 7 on the board. Give the heel around the left side. He's got a little running room. Crosses the 20. He'll get run out of bounds. Around the 22, 23-yard line. Bring up 2nd down.
Tex had a great seal block. I think we had a gain of 1 there.
We'll call it a yard. 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 for Kings Mountain.
So we have trips right. Single receiver on this side is Antonio.
Which is definitely another weapon for Kings Mountain. Back to throw. Gets the ball off quick. Looking for the receiver.
Wow.
Caught to the 50.
What a catch.
40, 30.
What a
20,
catch.
10. Nobody's going to stop him. Touchdown, Kings Mountain.
Drew,
what a catch.
Drew, guess what that play was? A wheel route to Tex.
What a mid-air adjustment.
And I believe the reason why that was, it wasn't that TJ just threw a poor ball. He was hit while he was actually being thrown. So for TJ to hang in there, take a hit, and deliver that ball, that was big time. And then the adjustment. Good ball, good catch. Wow.
So Rom will get ready to tack on another point. And it is up. A lot better kick this time, and it is good. Mountaineers lead at 17-6. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the Venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christy Sellers with Allen Tate Realty.
Back here live after the 77-yard touchdown pass. TJ Armstrong to Big Tex.
Is that his 5th touchdown? 3 games, I believe?
I believe so. Rom gets ready to kick it off, and he kicks it deep this time, and we'll go in the end zone, bring it back out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. I had somebody, I just briefly, when we're on the air, I can't look at my phone very much. Right. But somebody suggested when Tech scores that we need to play Deep in the Heart of Texas, which ain't a bad idea. So I might have to work. I might have to work on that.
Right.
So it's like a walk-up song, but more of like a touchdown song. I like it.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Burns will get another opportunity here. 10:37 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Empty backfield right now. He'll take it himself as McGowan. He'll cross the line of scrimmage and pick up a few, maybe 5 yards on the carry. Armstrong on the tackle for Kings Mountain. So 2nd and 4 for Burns. Gowan all alone in the backfield. He'll call his own number. He'll take over on the left side and pick up a few. And he's on, well, he's just slow to get up. Candidate on tackle.
Holding against the Bulldogs.
Big drive killer penalty right there. Holding call against Burns. We've seen it so many times with Kings Mountain after a big holding call. Take them all the way back to the 14-yard line. Still 2nd down. See if Burns brings the empty backfield back out.
2nd and 16 for Burns after the penalty.
And they don't. Goodson back in at running back. Man in motion. Quick whistles as Warlick was going to be the ball carrier. Official timeout?
Yeah, he sent the quarterback off. Coach met him at the sideline, but he's standing down there with Coach. I don't know what. A lot of times they do it. It's like for blood on the uniform or something, but I don't really know what happened. McGowan's over there now. He's talking to the coach on the sideline. Not sure, Drew. The official, the white hat, called it and then sent him out.
So Warlick goes back in at quarterback. You'll see he'll style a quarterback. He's just more traditional looking.
Tight end wing set again, double pull.
He'll run it himself. He's got right over on the left side. Warlick on the carry. Number 4, Jaden Williams on the stop.
Third and 10 from the 20-yard line.
So big third and 10 play. McGowan back in at quarterback. Kings Mountain making a bunch of noise. He'll throw it right out to the flats. Not a whole lot of left to run.
Good pursuit by the defense.
On the reception, Number 10, Graham Warlick.
Warlick on the reception, and he'll get maybe a half a yard out of it and bring up 4th down, 4th and about 9. So they'll line up the punt.
It's almost like they tried to do that same play last time on 3rd down, the one he threw to the ground.
Right.
Warlick will do the punting duties for the Bulldogs. Kind of a jack of all trades.
Right.
He plays defense, offense, and special teams. He's still on his feet. Crosses around the
number
25-yard line.
What's the penalty?
Jaden Williams. Flag on the play.
Flag down on the field.
He didn't signal for a fair catch, did he, and then run?
I don't know, Jeff. I didn't see, honestly.
Where he threw it, we didn't have anybody engaging any blockers or anybody. I don't know.
Blocking the back against Kings Mountain
Blocking the back against the Mountaineers.
is the call.
The ball will be marked back at the Mountaineers' 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers. 7:32 remaining in the first half. 17-6.
So Mountaineers will take over possession, 1st and 10. Still in really good field position. 48-yard line. Quick handoff to the left-hand side. Trying to get away from him, but will not. That's Hill drugged down in the background. Backfield. I said background, I think. Just real quick, looking at some scores for our scoreboard update.
Sure. If we've got the Coldwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West just-in-time plumbing scoreboard, or excuse me, CNC Scrap Metal and Iron scoreboard update. We've got Ford is up 14-7 over West Lincoln. Freedom is up 12-0 over Forest View. No score that's being reported with Hunter Huss and Providence. Hang on the pass.
Armstrong back to throw, overthrown, brings up 2nd down.
Cherryville is down to Blacksburg 13-0. Shelby, it says it still says they're down 14-0.
It's 21-0.
Excuse me, now it's 21-0.
Yep.
He just updated. Stuart Kramer down 7-6 to East Gaston. And I had one up here. Ashbrook is now up 7-0 on West Meck, and East Lincoln 19, Lincolnton nothing.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised, but
no.
Armstrong makes his calls, drops back to pass, plenty of time to throw. Long ball, overthrown.
Pass incomplete.
So we'll have to punt.
So brings up a 4th down. First time we've had to punt tonight.
right.
Graham Warlick deep for the Bulldogs.
Vance Johnson gets ready to punt it away for Kings Mountain. Good snap. Good punt. Calls for a fair catch at the 15-yard line, so Burns will take over 1st and 10 from the 15. 6:37 to go here in this second quarter. I'm sure everybody's happy that the scoreboard camera's working.
Right,
hey,
right.
What do you think about that?
Love it.
15-yard line.
Kings Mountain off next week. Then back here at home for Hunter Huss to kick off the conference schedule and also homecoming.
Right.
The class of 2004 is actually here tonight celebrating their reunion. Hand the ball off right up the middle, nowhere to run. Helmet comes off. Looks like for Burns, so somebody will have to go to the sidelines.
Yeah, is that Wilson? No. That's Lyman, 75. Nate Wilson.
Eli's a little shaken up. Got a stinger. He's shaking his right
I see
arm.
that, yeah. Craig, I remember my first stinger. I thought my arm was laying.
It's the weirdest feeling in the
I
world.
thought I stood up, my arm was still on the ground. What in the world?
Yes, I know.
Like, is it broke? What's going on?
What's going on here? Shake it all you want to, and it doesn't feel any better.
Oh, man, it's gone.
Man in motion. McGowan calls his own number. He'll go to the left side, try to get behind some blocking. He'll pick up a few.
He's a load to bring down.
Well, he's definitely built like a linebacker.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's what he used to play. I think he's DL now and QB. But he's just a great athlete.
3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs.
So another third down play for Burns, 3rd and 3.
It's obvious what Burns wants to do. They want to run the ball.
Right.
They're not comfortable throwing. They keep running this stacked double receiver set, but they're not looking to throw. They don't throw deep.
No.
Back in motion.
McGowan once again calls his own number, but he'll get stopped in the backfield for Kings Mountain. He'll lose a few yards and bring up 4th down.
They're having trouble, Drew, Lamont. They're having trouble like Cox Mill was handling the pressure. Coach Carroll's sending a lot of pressure up front and coming from different directions, and they're not doing really well against it.
I agree.
Warlick will go back in and punt it away for Burns.
Like I've been saying, and I hope the viewers at home are seeing it, Burns is running a tight wing set. So they got a tight end and a wing to one side most of the time, or a tight end and a wing backside, and they're trying to run behind that, but our guys are getting through too easily.
Mountaineers will set up for the return. Flag on the play.
No, that was that he's beanbag.
Was that his beanbag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you, though. I thought it was at first because the last 2 punts.
Gash makes the fair catch. And have a new set of downs. 1st and 10, Kings Mountain. 4:14 to go here in this first half. Stay with us at halftime. The cheerleading coach will join Brad Melton for our halftime show.
49-yard line, 4:14 remaining.
It'd be great if we could go right here and just drain the clock, be the last drive of the half, and end with some points. Since they start with the ball, Burns does in the second half, it'd be good here to milk this clock.
Armstrong hands it off to Hill over on the left side. Misses one tackle. Nope, they'll get him, and he's down on the ground.
Hill on the carry. Stopped by Xavier Wilson.
That was a great play by Xavier.
So Hill will go out, and McIntyre will go in for him.
A loss of 2 on the play. A loss of 3 on the play.
Jeff, see if you can find out what exactly his issue is.
Looked like he got poked in the eye.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'll get back to you.
Both Isaiah Branch and Tyler McIntyre are in the game. Tyler's in the backfield.
Is there something that they're trying to hammer this left side, but Burns has been covering that?
Armstrong back to throw, a little swing pass out to the flats, trying to find some running room, and does across a 50.
Nice.
Great play by McIntyre to make something out of it.
I love the fact that the way they're getting it to the athletes in space. Let them have some what's that? Some rack.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Lamont. Like TJ did a good job right there, checking down. He got pressure on him, and then he had his outlet there in the flat with McIntyre released out of the backfield.
And then some people call yak, yards after catch.
3rd and 6. Once again, Armstrong right over the middle, but just kind of covered up, nowhere to throw it to, bring up a 4th down.
I like the ball, though.
Yeah, I do.
I almost want to say that I like that placement.
Right.
Because that's down where Gash could get it by himself.
That's what I was going to say. If he was up high, they would have took his head off.
I like the punt here, too, because the way our defense has been playing, there's a strong chance we can punt this ball, pin them if we get a good punt off, and then maybe get the ball back even before the half's out.
Warlick back to deep to receive around his 15-yard line.
It's got to be set up first with the snap and the punt. Let's see how it happens.
Fake was the call across the 40.
There we go.
And we got a first down.
And he'll pick up a first down. So 1st and 10, Kings Mountain. They keep moving.
What's that, Eli?
Does Gabe get the assist on that?
Yes, he does.
Nice.
Yes, he does.
What a great execution.
Now, if he scores and he's the center.
Yeah.
So is it Does he get?
I think he should.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm biased because I'm the long
Officially,
snapper's
he
son.
can get nothing, but we'll count it.
T.J. Armstrong would get counted as a touchdown.
Exactly.
First and 10 for the Mountaineers.
People don't realize, Drew, I'll say real quick, that how difficult it is to make that snap across to an up back.
T.J. Armstrong
Good
right
ball.
in the pocket, right across the middle, across to the 25. So another Mountaineer first down, a good 15-yard pass right over the middle.
On the stop, number 12, KJ Husky. First and 10 for the Mountaineers, just inside the 25-yard
He'll
line.
back in at running back
Great
to the
block.
right side,
block.
trying to
Great
get up to
block.
the 10.
Wow.
He'll get forced out of bounds
Lamont.
inside the 10-yard line.
Did you
First
see
down.
Gash
I
and
did.
Antonio, Drew, I'm sorry.
did.
Gash
I
and
did.
Antonio with the seal block
I
on the
did.
right side. And what was even better was Josiah having patience to wait.
Right. He waited.
He waited and
That's
got
right.
outside.
I saw that.
Great.
The 10-yard line for the Mountaineers, 2:04 and counting.
And the ball off left side this time. A little bit of running room. Tuck
Get in
and
there,
duck.
get in
He'll
there.
get across the goal line.
He's in.
Yes,
Touchdown,
sir.
Kings
Mr.
Mountain.
JoJo.
Drew, Jeff, that's what you said. That can't be right. Jeff, that's what you said, that right side or left side. They're seeing something and
Well, they're
looking straight
seeing
off.
something, and Burns has played it well, but that was great blocking up front.
We've blocked really well. Like even the play before, Sam Bryson has played really, really well tonight, blocking on that right side. And Coach Cruz has done a good job getting them ready.
Johnson on the hold.
Rom's ball kick is up, and it is good. He'll add on the extra point. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty.
It's like a brand new team.
Good.
That's good. That's good.
Good shot
Of our cameraman.
of our cameraman
Hey,
right
Big
there.
Mike.
Yeah, there you go, Mike.
There you go.
He finally gets a little camera time. He don't get any recognition
No,
or credit.
no.
None of the camera guys do. Well, Jeff doesn't either. So there you go. All right, ready to kick off the ball, 24-6. Mountaineers lead it, trying to get into halftime. 1:56 to go. Kick is deep and returnable 5-yard line to the 10, 15. Dances
Right.
a little
Oh, man.
bit.
Oh.
Misses a tackle or two up to the 30-yard line.
Oh.
And he'll get run out of bounds right there at the 32.
Dakota's going to want that in back, man. He had it broken down. Great shot at a form tackle and just missed him. Oh, good play, though. Now, Drew, it's going to be interesting here. Let's see what Burns does. They've not thrown the ball a lot. They have had success on a couple of passes. The first drive that they scored on, they had a slant pass touchdown, of course, set up by a pass before that. I think obviously they're going to try to score here because they start with the ball.
Craig did that point. They haven't really tried any more passes over the middle.
No.
Dale Revere
Yeah.
on the camera there. Thank you so much, Dale.
They've got the tight wing set again with trips left, so let's see. That's false start. They missed it.
Mountaineers will eat them up in the backfield. Just way too much time for McGowan to try to find an open receiver. That's a, what do you call it, coverage sack.
It was a coverage sack, but let me tell you something. They better be glad they did because Coach Bell is losing his mind because we let their receiver run right past one of our DBs, just let him go. If he had had time to throw, we'd have been in trouble. Luckily, we didn't.
Kings Mountain will take a timeout. We will too. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Lou's, D.R. Horton Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, the Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters.
Back here, John Gamble Stadium. Good shot of A.J. Fulton. He is the DJ tonight here in the press box. He ain't looking, but you can wave, A.J. He's on camera.
I'm going to wave that sideways.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Minute 30 to go here in this first half. Make sure you stay tuned at halftime. We've got our cheerleader head coach, Brad Melton, has interviewed her. We're looking forward to hearing her talk about their championship season last year. The girls won a state championship.
That is so loud. The crowd singing this, man.
Well, I think it's student body just
Well,
excellent this
it's
season.
everybody.
Oh, ball on the ground. It's McGowan. I think he recovered it. But it'll bring up a 3rd and long.
We call timeout again, I believe.
And Kings Mountain will take another timeout, and we will too. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Loos, DR Horson Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, the Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters.
Back here at John Gamble Stadium, Mountaineers take another timeout. They've got one remaining. Burns has all 3 of theirs. Kings Mountain trying to leave a little bit of time on the clock here. Big 3rd and 21 play.
Jeff, speak to what we were talking about going in the break. You and I were agreeing about the timeout there. Some people might wonder about that.
Well, I mean, coach is going for the knockout. I mean, he wants to demoralize the opponent. If we can get the ball back here and score, it's a big lead going into half.
Yes.
And the ball off. Ball's on the ground again. Mountaineers will fight for it. I'm not sure who will come up with it.
Burns got it.
Burns will get it back, so it'll bring up a
close.
4th down. He was real lucky to be able to, McGowan was real lucky to be able to fall on that ball when he did. That's the second play in a row the ball's been on the turf.
Exactly.
So they'll line up to punt it away after the timeout. We'll take another one. That's Kings Mountain's last timeout. We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Carter Bank and Trust, Brittany Austin and Company Real Estate, Flooring America, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, JWH Contracting, Butler Outdoor Design.
Up into their stands.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, getting ready for halftime. Mountaineers trying to preserve some clock here, getting ready for the punt. Warlick. Mountaineers back deep to receive. Ball is up, kind of a low kick this time. And it'll roll dead. So Kings Mountain will take over 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. 1 minute and 2 on the clock. We'll have to ask, put this on your list to ask Coach during the coaches show.
Yeah.
How much they work on a 2 or 1 minute drill.
Yeah,
through
that's
the week.
a good drill or a good question.
I know you hear a 2 minute drill all the time, but we've got 1 minute and 2 seconds.
And I'll go ahead and give him credit for it. This week's question for the coaches show Monday night was sent in by Chad Wright. A great question about defense, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Coach has to say about the question that Todd, excuse me, I was thinking Todd Bush. Hey, Todd Bush, that Chad sent in.
1st and 10 for the Mountaineers.
Email those questions to Mountaineer Football Tonight. Back to throw right over the left side, incomplete, bring up 2nd and 10. Hopper, the intended receiver.
I think, guys, it actually helps us that he did not catch that. It wasn't going to be for a big gain. The clock would have run.
Armstrong looks to the sidelines to get his play call. Clock did stop on that incomplete pass.
We got an empty set, 2 receiver. Burns is going to call timeout. I was going to say we have an empty set in that. Let's see if Burns comes back, or we come back to that against Burns.
So they'll call timeout. We will too. More Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the Venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty.
Back here in Mountaineer Nation, right there on the camera. Great crowd here tonight to support your Mountaineers against this counter rivalry. Must be, is it Western or Hillbilly night? I didn't look, but I do notice a lot of overalls and straw hats in the crowd.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 for the Mountaineers.
Armstrong once again by himself in the backfield, drops back under a little bit of pressure, looking for a receiver. Flag on the play and thrown out of bounds. So it'll back them up 10.
We'd like to recognize the class of 2004 back to Kings Mountain High School tonight. They are celebrating their 20th class.
Let's see, you were coaching here in 2004, wasn't you?
No, I was not here. I coached against him in 2004.
East Gaston.
I was at East Gaston.
Guys, is your strategy change here? You want to try to maybe run the ball, get some clock, or are you still trying to pick up first down?
My strategy here, Jeff, with the way we've run the ball,
right.
I would say maybe make them think that, but I'm going to throw it.
Right.
Because even if we don't, we're going to punt it.
Hand off to Hill over on the left side. He's going through a hole.
Jeff,
get almost up to the 35. Clock will continue to run. Now, we can't stop it now with a timeout.
Probably satisfied with that.
Bring up a 3rd down.
Burns seems content also.
Now, the Kings Mountain staff's bringing their players to the sideline.
Yeah, we're going
to take a delay.
Okay. I was about to say, we do not have any timeouts left.
Yeah, he's going to let it run down. We'll take a delay, then we'll just punt it off, and he might not even punt it. He
well,
could just run around.
the field clock is not even running.
Halftime, boys.
Oh, yes, halftime.
So it'll go to the halftime, and Mountaineers lead at 24-6. Stay with us on the Mountaineer pregame show to come next. Don't go anywhere. More Mountaineer football after this.
The Mountaineer Halftime Show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On Q Financial, KM Elite, Audio Video Designs,
Welcome to our Kings Mountain Halftime Show. Our special guest this week is our cheerleading coach, Coach Sarah McComb. Coach, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
Glad to have me.
Just a little bit about your background. Tell us, now you teach here at the high school. What do you teach?
I teach biology, AP Environmental Science, AP Biology, and Forensics.
And how long have you been here?
This was my 18th year at Kings Mountain.
And how long have you been coaching cheer?
13 years.
So 13 years. So you've been at this for quite a while.
Quite a while, yes.
Nothing new. Well, listen, let's get right into it. I know last year you guys had a really successful season, had a really good crew, a really good squad. So I'll let you talk about some of the things that happened last year.
Yeah, basically with cheerleading, I don't know if anybody knows, but we do have 3 teams or 3 seasons. We have a football season, which is basically who you see on Friday and Thursday nights, JV and varsity. We also have a competition team. This is our 2nd year. This will be our 3rd year now competing. We had a lot of success with our competition team last year. We won first place at all-day cheerleading mountain regionals. We got first place at the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Invitational in Raleigh. And we decided then that we were going to switch up a little bit and try something different and change categories. We had 2 practices. I went to another competition in January with the NCCA cheerleading, and we came in 4th. So we were pretty excited to switch it up. We got 1 practice with everybody there, and just a great group of kids. And every year we continue to improve, and those kids improve their skills.
So the competition team, is it made up of members of the team like we will see on Friday nights?
The competition team is some of the girls from Thursday and Friday. So it's a combination JV varsity team that competes on the varsity level.
Okay.
So we do have a lot of younger kids on that team.
All right. And then now how do you decide, or do the girls just decide for you which ones do basketball, which ones do football? Do you have a carryover? How does that work?
We do have separate tryouts for football and basketball season. Our football season we try out in May because it takes so long to get our uniforms over the summer. And then our basketball season we try out in October.
Okay.
So that's 2 completely different squads, 2 completely different teams altogether.
Do you have any carryover between the 2?
Maybe 1 or 2 kids, but that's about all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Now, you mentioned trying out in May. How soon do you guys start practicing? Because I'm sure you didn't just start last week.
June.
June, okay.
Yeah. This year we decided to hold 1 or 2 practices, depending upon the week, just for our younger kids that are coming in, that aren't so familiar with the cheers and the dances and the things that we do on Friday nights, just to kind of get them ready for when everybody comes back at the end of July, so that they're prepped and ready to go.
And then the full team comes back at the end of July, getting ready for the...
That last week in July, we all came back.
Okay, that sounds great. So what's new for this upcoming season?
Well, we have partnered again with Legends All-Star Cheerleading out of Belmont, dealing with Coach Kyle Pratt. He has helped our stunning, which has drastically gotten better and better every season. I do have 2 returning coaches. Amanda Austin, she's here at the high school. She teaches biology with me. She's been coaching for over 20 years. I have Shayna Baynard also back. She's been and had an all-star team as well for over 20 years. So to combine, we probably have close to 60 years of cheerleading experience between the 3 of us. Basketball, I have another coach that I use, Dawn Jarvis, out of the office. She helps me with basketball. So it's a big group, and there's a lot of volunteers.
And one thing I don't think I really thought about until I really just started talking to you was how long the season actually is.
Yeah, I only get about a month off.
Because think about it. You just said you started tryouts in May, and then you go all summer practice, and you got all fall. Obviously, everybody sees the girls on Friday nights and the Thursday nights. But then from there, you go straight into basketball season, and that runs through February.
Yep.
So, and I guess by the time you
get through playoffs, you get March off, April you plan, and May you start.
Yeah, I guess so. By the time you get everything packed up and put away, it's time to pull it back out and start over again. So, well, listen, they do a great job. They add so much to the atmosphere on Fridays. We talk a lot about how the game has to be great, obviously. But the band and the cheerleaders just add so much to the atmosphere and so much to the fan experience, so to speak. They really do a great job. Now, tell me this. Let's talk about the members of your squad. I know you've got some veterans.
Yes, I do. I have 7 seniors this year, and they are a great group of girls to work with. They have kind of pulled together and worked really, really hard together to do a lot of team bonding. This is probably one of the closest teams I've seen in my 13 years of coaching. They work real well. We've planned a lot of things this summer for them. We've had pool parties, we've had cookouts, and we want to continue to build that camaraderie between the girls.
You know what, as much as a team is together, whether it's football or cheer or basketball or baseball, as much as they're together, that camaraderie helps, and it
Right.
shows in their performance. What about the new guys coming up? How have they meshed?
We have a lot of freshmen, like a big freshman class. I have 3 freshmen on varsity this year, and they're working really hard. They're scared. It'll be their first time on Friday night. Jamboree was a big shock to a lot of their systems to see that many people in one place, but I think they pulled together really well, and they've kind of really stepped up. I'd say 75% of my JV squad is upcoming freshmen.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so they're all brand new.
So brand new, getting acclimated pretty well.
Yes.
Right? Getting their first taste of those bright lights.
Those bright lights, those Friday night lights.
The middle school lights aren't quite as bright as those.
That's kind of still light outside for them.
Yeah, they still got a little. I'll ask you a coach's question here. All right. I know as a coach, we always look for things that the average fan doesn't look at. Okay, we see things we've worked on in practice that we either like or we don't. So, what do you look for on a Friday? How do you know, what are the things that the average fan does not notice that you look for to say, okay, that was good, okay, we got to work on this? What's through your eyes in that time?
The biggest thing that I'm looking for is to make sure that they actually are sharp in what they're doing and they look good. Because the fan experience is what cheerleading is all about. I mean, our job is to get the fans going. And if they're not getting the fans going because they're not excited, then we need to pump it up just a little bit the next week. And that's kind of the things that we work on every practice. And I don't think anybody realizes how much material that these girls have to learn. You know, I have a front and back, probably 50 cheers that they have to know, every single cheer. They have to know at least 15 band dances, plus everything else they need to know to bring in those flags and hold up those signs.
The pregame and
things that, we're here at 5 o'clock. The game doesn't start till 7:30, and we're practicing. Sometimes we get here at 4:30 before game. But we want to make sure that the fans get that good experience because that's part of our job. We want to boost or bolster that football team and to make them really pop. And the way to do that is to get those fans going.
I know I was laughing as I was coming in to do this evening. We pull in and you guys are out in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, we were parking lot.
And so I'm stopping and I'm trying to see, okay, are they running out here and you're going back and forth?
Yep.
I'm going to run over somebody. So we really do appreciate all the work you do because it really does add to the whole experience of the Friday nights. You know, the games and everything, the atmosphere that goes on here, we really do appreciate everything you do. Really proud of the girls, proud of their accomplishments. Looking forward to what the competition team does again this year, and hope we get to see you more than just on the Friday nights at some point this year. You know, so, these girls put in a whole lot of hard work. So
right.
we really
and we'll let you know about our schedule. We're still up in the air about what's going to happen and how things are rolling this year, but we're working hard and we're going to continue to work hard.
So they work hard. They do it really good. They do a great job, and so do you. So listen, thank you so much, and
thanks for having us.
We hope you have a great season and best of luck to you.
Go Mounties.
And now back to the second half of our game.
Welcome to Mountaineer Football Tonight, the weekly coaches show for Kings Mountain High School, brought to you by KMHS Sports and the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club.
The Mountaineer Halftime Show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On Q Financial, KM Elite, Audio Video Designs,
Back here at John Gamble Stadium at halftime, about 4 minutes and so to go. We'll take another break. We'll catch you up on what's going on. So stay with us. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
The Mountaineer Halftime Show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On-Q Financial. KM Elite. Audio Video Designs.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Waiting for my crew. I think they went to go eat is what I think they did. I think they went to go eat. So we've got more Mountaineer football to come. We want to say thank you to our halftime sponsors and all the student games that's going on. Jonathan Bunden, Dave Reed, for helping with the halftime shows. Jason Mills as well. So they're having a good time throwing out T-shirts to the crowd. So stay with us. Well, now we got it. I have Officer Mako with us, one of probably the most beloved people on staff at Kings Mountain High School. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's everyone out there in football land doing tonight?
Tell us, resource officers are so important to our schools. Tell us some of the things we don't know that resource officers have to deal with on a daily basis.
Well, a lot of times, usually what I deal with is kids having just different types of issues, whether it be having issues here with school, some with discipline. They may come to me with problems they're having outside of school as well. But usually my day just consists in making sure they're safe here at the school and make sure they feel safe here at school. I walk around checking all the doors. I ride the parking lots with the golf cart, just making sure the facilities are safe at all times.
Well, Officer Mako, like I said, you are definitely one of the most beloved people at the high school. I have been angling for this to happen. Now, I don't know if it will or not, but Mountaineer Days is coming up in a few weeks, and they had talked about putting a dunking booth, old school dunking booth, $1 get you 3 balls to throw at. And I was thinking we need Mako in the dunking booth. Not only people would want to throw a ball at him, just your attitude would entice people to want to come try to dunk you.
Well, I don't know how to take that. I'll take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment.
But yeah, I'd be glad to do that. Anything to help the community.
Well, the money would go to me, of course.
Well,
and that would help me out greatly.
If the money is going to you, then we're going to put you in the booth.
That would help me out greatly. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Mako, thank you so much for stopping by and talking to us. Stay with us. We've got the second half to come right here on Mountaineer Football, a presentation of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. Don't go anywhere.
The Mountaineer Halftime Show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On-Q Financial. KM Elite. Audio Video Designs.
Getting ready for the kickoff for the second half, so don't go anywhere. More Mountaineer football to come. We've got the second half kickoff up next. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for tuning in for halftime.
The Mountaineer Halftime Show is sponsored by Ben Engel and On-Q Financial. KM Elite. Audio Video Designs.
Mountaineers lead at 24-6 as we get ready for the kickoff of the opening of the second half. Stay with us. We're going to catch up on some scores around the area on our scoreboard. Don't go anywhere. Brought to you by Farm Bureau, 133 West, Just in Time Plumbing, Caldwell Banker, and CNC Scrap Iron and Metal. Thank you so much, sponsors, for sponsoring our scoreboard this 2024 season. We've got more Mountaineer football to come. Don't go anywhere.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty, KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Lou's, D.R. Horson Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, the Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters. KMHS Sports is sponsored by Carter Bank and Trust, Brittany Austin and Company Real Estate, Flooring America, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, JWH Contracting, Butler Outdoor Design, KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Lou's, D.R. Horson Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, the Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium, as we're getting ready for the second half of action, so don't go anywhere. Real quick, we'll see if we can check in on our scoreboard update. Farm Bureau, 133 West, Just in Time Plumbing, Caldwell Banker, CNC Scrap Iron and Metal Scoreboard.
Thank you, sir. These are either in the third quarter or at the half. Crest is up 27-0 over Shelby. Ashbrook 7, West Meck 0. East Lincoln 32, Lincoln 14. West Lincoln and Fred T. Ford are tied at 14. Freedom is up 20-0 over Forest View. Wow. This says Providence is up 55-6 over Hunter Huss. We're not sure if that's right or not, but that's steep. We know our score. Bessemer City is up 14-7 over Avery County. Let me get down here. It reset itself. Sorry about that. Stuart Kramer up 18-17 over East Gaston. And the Iron City Cats, Blacksburg, 34. The Cherryville Iron Men started at this point, Drew. 6.
I told you, the Cherryville's a second half team, so we'll look through the second half.
Don't be holding back. Don't be talking
Jeff
about my
had an opportunity to talk to Coach Herron right before or right after halftime. Jeff, what kind of remarks did the coach have?
Well, hope you guys can hear me over the loudspeaker.
We can.
All right. Well, Coach was saying, he said, listen, he said, I told the guys, he said, we got to finish. We got to do the little things right. He said, with this score, we can't get complacent. And so he was getting ready to tell the team exactly that. He said it was a good half and really just about finishing this half.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. As the opening kickoff went out of bounds, so they'll reset.
I believe
and
we were
re-kick.
offsides.
Offsides, so we will reset and re-kick.
Drew, while we got a moment, I'd like to give a huge shout out to one of my all-time favorite people, Coach Larry Sipe. Did a great mission trip with him back in 2010 in Canada. Coach Sipe makes up a song about everything. You know, he was under the weather a little bit, but it's on the mend. Just got a report up here that he's going to be home probably tomorrow. Coach Sipe, we love you. Glad you're doing great. And I just wanted to tell you that we're praying for you. And can't wait to see you again and talk about some Carolina basketball.
Absolutely.
Does it have to be Carolina
yes,
basketball?
Yes, it does, Drew. Yes, it does.
When it comes to Coach Larry Sipe, it has to be Carolina basketball.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you know this. Coach Sipe is a excellent shag dancer. He can shag very well.
Okay.
I know it now.
Handoff right up the left side. Not a lot of running room. McGowan still back in at quarterback.
Wilson on the carry.
Wilson on the carry.
34, Eli Lipscomb.
Lipscomb on the tackle.
A gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Brings up a second down for Burns. Seems like we've had Burns on this side of the field a lot this game. Fakes the handoff. He's rolling to his left, looking for an open receiver. I don't think he was able to find anybody, just kind of getting rid of the ball at that point. Bring up a 3rd down and about 8. Seems like a important stop to have the team come out and be able to get them to go 3 and out. On their opening possession of the second half.
Exactly.
Got to give a big shout out to the student body tonight. They're making a lot of noise down there on the home side.
Yes, sir.
3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
McGowan calls the signals. Goodson in at halfback.
Tight wing set on this right side. Defense is left.
Quick whistles. Delay of game against Burns. Back them up another 5. Still 3rd down, so 3rd and a little bit longer.
3rd and 13.
McGowan, plenty of time to throw, looking for a receiver. Throws it away under pressure.
Pass incomplete.
McGowan with his helmet off.
McGowan's down on the field, but now up. 4th down.
Everybody clap your hands.
And brings up a big 4th down for Burns. Backed them up pretty good in their own side of the field. Gash will go in deep to receive for Kings Mountain on the punt. Warlick back into punt for Burns around his 3-4 yard line.
Warlick to kick it away. Gash and Williams deep.
Snap a little bit low, still able to get it off, and the kick is a little low. We'll take a Burns bounce all the way to around the 46 yard line. Kings Mountain take over 1st and 10 from the 46. So with the opening possession, Burns just not able to really connect on anything,
no,
guys.
No. I'm interested to see how offense. I want to see a good drive, sustaining drive here and a score. You know, again, I want to just continue to remain consistent.
Do you expect to see a lot more runs this half?
I think we're going to see a lot what we saw the first half. I think he still want to develop consistency, make sure, again, there's a run there.
Hill, your running back,
but
across the 50.
I think he still want to develop consistency with TJ and the wide receiver. So I think we probably can see a good dose of a balanced offense.
Goodson on the stop there for Burns. Good 5 yard run for Hill. Armstrong changes protection. Hand the ball off to Hill left side this time. He's got a hole to run through, picks up the 1st down and then some. About a 10 yard gain for Hill.
First and 10.
Great block once again on that right side by Sam and that tackle out there and Jamal Lee.
Kings Mountain with a no-huddle offense. And flag on the play. Illegal procedure against Kings Mountain. So it'll back them up 5.
From the 45-yard line.
I didn't really see that procedure call.
The only thing I can think of is that maybe the center moved that ball when they tried to come over. I don't know.
No, our guard moved.
Oh, did he?
He stood up, but I think he stood up because the
Right.
defensive guy jumped off sides. But if he didn't break the line, it's not encroachment. That's still on us. We have to stay still.
Back to throw right over the middle. That's Big Tex across the 35.
He was down. He was down.
Down on this side. Good ball by TJ.
Yeah.
So brings up a 2nd and short. Husky on the stop. Seems like Burns always has either a camp or a Husky on the field.
Right.
2nd and 3 for the Mountaineers.
2nd down and 3. Hill, you're running back in. Trips to the far side. Armstrong back to pass, looking deep, right over the middle. Tex once again, right over the middle, across the 20 to the 15. They'll give him forward progress to the 15, so big first down play. About a 20-yard gain.
Lamont, I can say this with confidence from the last 2 weeks. He's grown up quite a bit from that Shelby game.
Yeah.
I know he didn't play the whole game, but he is setting his feet.
Yep.
He's letting the pocket form around him. The offensive line has given him time to throw.
Yeah.
He's throwing some darts across the middle, and I got a great message earlier, Lamont. You might even remember this. Daniel Britton reached out to us. He's a big North Gaston fan. Actually knew and knows TJ and Antonio's dad, Shannon, and talked about how great a quarterback and athlete.
Right, he was South
Shannon
Point.
was at South
Most
Point.
definitely. I remember Shannon playing at Shannon Armstrong at South Point, and he was him, as they would say nowadays. He was him.
Yeah.
He was him. Shannon Armstrong was that guy at South Point.
Appreciate Daniel sending me that info, and also ask the Mountaineer family to pray for Daniel's dad. He's had a tough battle last few months.
2nd and 6. Hill over on the right side, trying to get away from a defender. Cannot do it. Flag on the play. That's McGowan on the tackle.
He's going to be holding against us.
Yeah, he's showing holding against Kings Mountain.
They may decline it. Because if they decline it, it'll be 3rd down. Nope, they're going to
they're going to take it.
They're going to take it.
I thought they might call a horse collar tackle. Seemed to rip him Josiah down from behind. I didn't see the holding, but you guys have a better view than me up there.
So 2nd and 17 for Kings Mountain. Craig inspecting his sun drop.
Yeah, I am. Kim Roper Bolin brought me a Diet Sun Drop because we are Diet Sun Drop consumers. And it might be the worst one I've ever had. I think it went out of date about 5 years ago.
So Kings Mountain will take a timeout, and we will too. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Carter Bank and Trust, Brittany Austin and Company Real Estate, Flooring America, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, JWH Contracting, Butler Outdoor Design.
Mountaineer football, KMHS Sports, Kings Mountain Touchdown Club. Thank you so much for tuning in to the second half of this ball game. All Kings Mountain so far, 24-6, gave up that first 6 points early in the first half. Big second down play for Kings Mountain. Armstrong back to pass under pressure, throws a screen, but just Burns just really covered that very well, just nowhere to go.
Jaden Gash on the reception. Brought down by Xavier Wilson.
Gash kind of limping back off the field.
Yeah, I think from the first half when he rolled that ankle hit, it hadn't been, he hadn't regained full strength in that ankle ever since the first half.
Third down play here for Kings Mountain. Third and about 16. Armstrong to throw right over the middle, incomplete. Threw it in traffic, but could have been caught. Tex, the intended receiver, bring up fourth down. And we'll see if the field goal team comes in for an attempt. Looks like they do. Matt Rahm will attempt. .38-yard attempt. Matt Rahm. Kick is up. And it is close. Is it good? It is good. Mountaineers will put 3 more on the board. We'll take a break. More Mountaineer football to come after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty.
You think we can put one more?
Why don't you put AJ
back here live, John Gamble Stadium? We get ready for the kickoff by Matt Rahm.
Drew, from 2 segments ago, I do want to say you made me think. I don't want to make people think we don't love Diet Sundrop or Sundrop in general.
It's on your mind.
Beverage. It's on my mind. We'd love to have them as a sponsor,
right,
even if it means just free drinks. I'm just saying the shelf life of this Diet Sundrop I currently have has expired.
Right.
To the 10-yard line, 15 up to the 20. Tries to make a cut back to the 25. He'll get up close to the 30. And Burns will take over 1st and 10 from there.
Isaiah Jones on the stop.
So win or loss for Kings Mountain on that drive. They pick up 3, but Burns are able to keep them from getting 6.
I think anytime you score is a win.
Yes.
Especially when you're up. And so you don't want to ever come empty, come away empty and no score. So, 3 points is better than none. Of course, we wanted to make reservations for 6, but I'm glad we was able to have some type of consistency.
Well, we got a boost for 3.
Yeah. I'm so glad we have some type of consistency to score.
McGowan calls the signals. Man in motion, ball on the ground again. He picks it up and runs. Gets something out of it. He's on right up the middle across the 45.
Marshall McCown
kind of makes a lot out of nothing. The Burns offensive line did a great job blocking that.
Most definitely.
1st and 10 for Burns on their own 45-yard line. First big positive play that they have had in about 2 quarters.
Yes. And that's more of a busted play because he fumbled, picked up, ran.
Hand the ball off left side. Mountaineers will pull him down the backfield around the 40-yard line. That was Wilson, the ball carrier.
Guys, I don't know who's keeping stats up there, but I think that's their first down since that first drive.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Great observation, Jeff. I believe you are correct.
Our defense has been locking down.
So 2nd and 14. McGowan and Wilson in the backfield for Burns. Hands the ball off to Wilson right up the middle. He's got a hole to run through. He's still on the feet. So he'll pick up the first down.
I see our guys trying to rip the ball. I want you to wrap up, take him down.
Yeah.
Big 15-yard play for Wilson there.
Yeah, a kid like Wilson, the way he runs with so much drive and force that you got to wrap him up and take him down.
Well, and I was going to say, too, Lamont, that you're absolutely right on that. And both of those last two plays, well, the one before was a busted play on the fumble. We went for the ball and missed the quarterback.
Right.
There, we just overran it.
Right.
Tight end wing shift to the right.
McGowan right up the middle again. Not a lot of running room.
So if you folks watching at home will watch, if you'll follow their wing back, he is either right behind the tight end or he's right behind the tackle. And he's usually being a lead blocker. He's folding up inside and taking the lead either for the running back or the quarterback, McGowan. Right now they're clicking a little bit with that, guys. That was a 5-yard gain. Let's see how they do right here.
Right.
Big number 75, Nate Wilson, the Burns lineman, he kind of followed on that play.
Yeah. So we got our wing right here, right at the tight end. Nice shifts inside. Let's see if he's the lead again.
Quick whistles. Big penalty against Kings Mountain.
On us.
That wing's number 44, Eli Morris. He's a junior. This game by no means is out of reach for Burns. So
Most definitely.
We can't lay back here and just get complacent. Especially now they've found some success. Let's see if we get a lead block of this wing on this side here. Straight ahead.
Quick whistles again. Penalty flag on the Kings Mountain side again. I really think our defensive tackle there is lining up offside. He's kind of leaning forward a little bit.
I think that's right, Drew. We got coaches over here yelling at the line to back up.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 30-yard line.
So they get a new set of downs after it. 1st and 10.
Jeff, could you tell, did we line up all sides or jump off sides?
No, I think we're lining up off sides, like Drew said.
Left side, that's Wilson, the ball carrier. He's going to get tripped up by number 8, Feimster.
Stopped by number 8, Lathan Feimster. A gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
We don't talk about Feimster that much, but a great kid on this defense for Kings Mountain.
Absolutely.
17, Kennedy was also on that play. He got him by the foot.
34169. If you have that ticket, please come to the press box. 692.
2nd and 9
34169.
for Burns.
2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
McGowan will keep it himself. He's got a big hole to run through. He's going to get tripped up before he goes too much further, but he's going to pick up a 1st down.
Into the secondary. Stopped by Dakota Smith. That's enough for another 1st down.
Dakota Smith on the tackle. He comes up a little limpy himself, but he'll stay in.
Burns has got something clicking right here. They figured out that the zone, basically they're running a zone read. Now they got their tight end wing to the top. Fold.
Hand it off to Wilson right on the left side. He'll pick up a few yards.
And Craig, you also know that the longer the offense sustains a drive, the more you wear down that defense.
Yes.
And that's what's happening to our defense. That's why it's so crucial for us to get off the field at least 3 plays, at least 3 to 6 plays get off the field, because now you're wearing our defense down.
Well, and you know, I'm thinking back to the Crest game. You know, Crest was up 32-14.
That's right.
And Burns, there we are again.
There it is. At this point, we're killing ourselves. We're beating ourselves.
This has been a horrible drive for us and great for Burns.
Right.
But no, to your point and our point, you know, Crest closed, or Burns closed the score to 32-27 with 4 minutes to go in the game.
Right.
So we know they're capable, and it's probably a lot of what we're seeing right here.
Exactly.
Well, it's what Coach was saying coming out of half. He said, message to the team was, we got to finish. And this is not indicative of that.
Yeah, we can't celebrate first half and think we got it won. We don't have it won.
1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Man in motion.
Straight
Gowan will take the ball across the 5.
That's just straight quarterback blast right there.
This is exactly what they did against Crest on Monday.
Yeah.
As they came back to finish that, resume that game.
I will say this, McGowan come up holding his wrist.
Again, the winning number for the 50-50 pot is 6'9".
That kid's an athlete. I really hope he's not hurt, and I hope that's not his pitching hand.
Right. Oh, he's tough. He's tough.
You have that ticket for the press box.
Second and goal.
Tight splits. Fold.
Hand off to the right side. Mountaineers miss him on a tackle. Touchdown, Burns.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
So they'll put another 6 on the board. And I was kind of hoping we'd go the whole game without hearing the Burns fight song again, which I believe is also the Carolina fight song.
Really?
I think it is.
No, nobody wants to hear that.
No, they don't.
Not from Burns, but we want to hear it from the Tar Heels.
No.
Snap a little bit low. Ball is up. And it is good, so they'll tack on the extra point. 13-27, Mountaineers lead. We'll take a break. We'll be back more Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Loos, D.R. Horton Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, the Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters.
Hey, no, what I was going to say is,
back here live at John Gamble Stadium as we get ready for the kickoff from Burns. They're able to put 7 on the board, 27-13. Mountaineers lead it. 1:08 to go in this third quarter. Ryan Sisk will kick it off for the Bulldogs. Kings Mountain gets to go into a bye week next week, take a week off. Got a couple of linemen that are dinged up that will be nice to get them a rest. Trying to get up to the 40, won't make it. Mountaineers will take a 1st and 10 from around the 30,
Devin Hopper,
37, 38-yard line.
Sorry, Drew. Devin Hopper on the return was a little pooch kick.
39-yard line.
Hey, we need to make a statement with this drive right here.
We do.
This is important.
Yeah, and we need a long, sustained drive as well.
Calls a signal, sparse out of the field, hands it off to Hill. He's got one man to beat, beats 2, but can't beat 3. He'll be brought down right before the 40-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but I don't think that kid wanted to tackle Josiah. It's like he ran up and pushed him, shoved him. You're not going to take him down, shove him. I think if I see Josiah run toward me, I may do the same thing. Just get out of the way.
I see Josiah's shoe is untied. Hands the ball to him. He'll take over on the right side, but he'll get eat up by the Burns defense as he makes it to the line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd and about 11.
What I like to see is and I know we are dinged up. Is Gash out there? Yeah, he is. We haven't went to him in a while. I like to see something, get him in space or
see some play action.
Yeah, something like that. We've really been heavy on text.
So they'll let the time go down. We'll listen to the band. Stay with us. favorite version of the fight song, the band there. Thank you so much, Marching Mountaineers.
As the fourth quarter begins, it's
We get ready for the fourth quarter.
for the Mountaineers.
We used to hold the fourth quarter up when I was in school.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, exactly. Hold those 4 fingers up.
Back to pass, plenty of time. He's got a man open. He catches it in stride all the way down.
Drew, they heard
the
you.
15.
Yes, sir.
That's Gash.
Yes, sir. They needed to get the Gash.
Great call, Lamont.
Yes, sir.
That wasn't Lamont. I'm sorry.
But sometimes Drew he wants some shine too.
He does.
So
He does.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Just give him credit. We all love Drew.
First and 10 from the 13-yard line.
Sarah loves him the most.
Oh, most definitely.
We got them at
Flag
our
on the play.
off
Be
them,
against
offside.
Burns. Cost them 5.
But, guys, I'll say it again. That play was set up
right
because the receivers had time to run the route
exactly
to get open because the pocket was clean.
5-yard
TJ set his feet,
Yep.
threw the ball well.
Yep.
Gash had to adjust a little bit. It was a tad bit underthrown, but we'll take it.
Hey, Craig.
Yeah.
Right before that play, you could feel the breeze pick up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And so I think he
Might have
threw
held it
against
up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, man.
Fumble on the
Fumble the ball.
ground.
Josiah fumble.
They're saying Burns has it,
Oh, wow.
and it is covered.
Reminiscent of the first quarter.
Hill's second fumble of the night.
Yeah,
The
reminiscent
only,
of the first quarter.
really the only 2 turnovers
Right.
in this whole ball game.
Right. I think first quarter is more of a miss exchange, I think. But this was straight. They stripped the ball.
I'm surprised, honestly, that happens as frequently as it does.
Yeah.
With Joe because
Right.
he's so darn strong.
He is.
And I know he has good ball contact with body and arm, but it's just I think sometimes the defender gets it in a weird way that causes them to pop it up.
I'm not sure that exchange was clean.
Might not have been.
Yeah.
McGowan hands it up right up the middle, but nowhere to go. Met at the line of scrimmage.
So what we need to watch for right now,
Jake
man,
Williams.
that same action in the backfield, but McGowan keeping it and coming back on what would be the weak side. If it's the same formation,
Right.
that'll be the left side this way, but our right side of the defense.
Right. And I believe they sent the running back like a bubble screen.
Yes.
Like a misdirection to shift the defense that way and came back with the slant the other way.
They'll lose a yard, 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs.
Okay, so they've got the tight end wing set this side now, backfield back on the same side. They moved again. Timeout.
So Burns will take a timeout. We will too. Stay with us. More Mountaineer football to come right after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty.
Yeah.
No. You want that argument?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The media team needs to see what the TV is seeing so that they'll know because that's what he's over with.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents. What I know, they just let me preach a sermon.
For 21 years. Praise God.
Yes, sir.
Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Once again, Lamont celebrating 21 years at Mount Calvary Baptist Church. Hand the ball off left side. Mountaineers will wrap him up, bring up a 3rd down.
Okay, now let's watch because that's what they did right there, guys. They set their strength to our defensive left, but they ran back weak.
Right.
They set their back away. So they set their back to the strong side and ran back to the weak. And we know that tonight they've not thrown the ball very well consistently. They've thrown it well a couple of times. So it looks like they're going to have a trip set this time. They've got trips right. Actually going empty. So McGowan's by himself.
McGowan back to throw. Under pressure. Gets the ball off finally.
Interception.
Intercepted. Mountaineers to the 15, 10, 5. Still on his feet all the way down to the 5-yard line. So the Mountaineer defense finally gets
Excellent. Was that Dakota Smith?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you guys, that was set
huge.
up by the pressure.
Absolutely.
That was huge.
McGowan should have never thrown that ball.
Right.
Or if he threw it, he should have thrown it so high and up out of bounds that nobody could have called it.
Either his arm was hit or the ball was tipped.
I think it was a little bit of both, Jeff. I think they got into his throwing arm right there because we were on him almost immediately. Now, let's punch this in.
First and goal for the Mountaineers.
Armstrong hands it to Hill. He's met in the backfield one time trying to cut across the field. And the Bulldogs just not going to let him go anywhere.
To the ball.
Stop by number 15.
So he'll take a loss.
Check that, Max Davis.
So, again, some folks at home might be watching and saying, we're seeing a lot of white in the backfield. And part of that is because Burns is running, a lot of times Burns is running a 3-man front. They're running a 3-3. So their linebackers are constantly moving and coming in. And so it's hard to control every gap.
Correct.
Double pull.
And the ball off again to Hill. He gets around 1, 2, 3, all the way to the goal line. Did he get in?
He was not going to be denied.
Touchdown, Kings Mountain.
I'm going to tell you what, man. We had a double pull right there, led by Eli, and Josiah backed his way into the end zone. Great run.
Mountaineers able to put 6 on the board. Matt Rom with the kick, and it is good. Mountaineers lead 34-13. We'll take a break. Be back for more Mountaineer football after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Loos, DR Horson Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, the Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters.
Back here live, John Campbell Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in to us. Great crowd tonight. Might have even lost a few of Mountaineer faithful after halftime. We're starting to see some Burns Bulldogs move out of the stadium.
Right.
Deep for the Bulldogs.
Matt Rom gets ready to kick it deep for the Mountaineers. Be returnable at about the 1-yard line up to the 15-20. He'll get brought down right across the 20-yard line. Burns 1st and 10. Goodson on the return for Burns. So the competition doesn't let up for Burns. Next week they're at home to face Alexander Central.
That's going to be a good game.
Then at Highland Tech, so they can rest there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the open date, Bessemer City, at Thomas Jefferson, at East Gaston, Cherryville at home, and then Shelby at home. Around the left side, trying to make the edge, but the Mountaineers are not going to let them get there before they run it out of bounds.
Great pursuit by the defense.
Warlick, the ball carrier.
I give the ball carrier a little credit. He was patient. He still got a yard out of it. But good pursuit by the Mountaineers.
What kind of temperature do we have out there right now, Jeff?
It's cool, but not quite fall weather just yet.
Gallon quick to throw.
Oh, wow.
Trying to get it out the flats.
Wow.
He's gone. He's still going on the 20, 15, 10. He'll be run out of bounds.
That
before
Warlick
he gets
kid has some wheels, brother.
Is that the same play as the first drive?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Different receiver, but same play. Wow.
Safe to say, what we saw out of the Burns Bulldogs tonight, they should look good in their conference.
Yeah.
Gallon takes it himself. He'll cross the goal line. Touchdown, Burns. So 6 on the board for Burns.
They're not going away. We're going to play this whole entire remaining 8 minutes.
Into attempt to point out touchdown.
Burns sets up for the extra point. 8:04 to go in this ball game. Up. Looks good to me, and it is good. They'll put on another point, so Mountaineers lead 34-20. We'll be back. More Mountaineer football to come after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Carter Bank and Trust, Brittany Austin and Company Real Estate, Flooring America, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, JWH Contracting, Butler Outdoor Design,
Chase Trojans. Back here live, John Gamble Stadium. Burns able to put 7 more on the board.
Drew, let's
34-20.
Let's do a real quick Colwell Banker Farm Bureau 133 West Just in Time Plumbing C&C scrap metal and iron and scrap metal scoreboard update. These are either fourth quarter or finals. East Lincoln 45-14 over Lincoln. Fourth quarter Crest 27, Shelby 14. Just heard it's going into overtime. West Lincoln and Fred T. Ford 21 apiece. Freedom is up 26-7 over Forest View. Bessemer is up 14-10 over Avery County.
Still on his feet, cross the 40-yard line, up to the 45.
Jaden Gash on the return.
Stuart Kramer is up 18-17 over East Gaston. Cherryville is down 42-6 to the Blacksburg Wildcats. Go Cats. Ashbrook 7-0 at the half over West Meck. Highland up 8-7 over Buford. And Hunter Huss loses to Providence 56-27.
Wow.
It's the Mountains ball, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
Mountaineers are going to start on their own 45 with 7:55 to go in the game.
Josiah Hill on the carry. Stopped by Marshall McGowan. A loss on the play of 3. Second down and 13.
Second and 13.
So right there, the pressure got to us. We weren't able to hold off. They got a huge play in the backfield. Credit to Burns.
Hand the ball off to Hill over the left side. He'll get right up to the line of scrimmage, but maybe a yard, not much more. Bring up a 3rd and long. Clock continues to roll.
A gain of a yard, 3rd and 12.
To your credit, you mentioned it earlier. I mean, Burns is really not. I mean, Kings Mountain's been able to stop them, but they've not given up.
No, they're not. And that's typical Burns. That's typical Cleveland County high schools. It's a rival game, so expect nothing less.
Armstrong back to throw right over the middle, and it is caught, pulled in. He had to jump a mile to get that, but Vaughn able to pull it in. First down for Kings Mountain.
You know, that's a good play call. I think you guys saw it. Our receivers on both sides ran the coverage off, and Tex broke his route off on the hash down there in the open zone. Great ball. Almost an overthrow.
Yeah,
Tex made a great
that's
catch.
what I was going to say. I love for him. Make sure he bring that ball down a little bit. He could have hit him in stride, and he may have scored.
You got to love his catch radius.
Oh, most definitely.
Man.
Does he play basketball?
Do not
and the
believe.
ball off the heel, left side, misses one tackle, pushes down another, and makes something out of nothing.
Wow.
Flag.
Late hit.
Flag.
You know, guys, Jeff, this goes back to something you said earlier. Like right there on that handoff, from up here, it doesn't look clean. It looks almost like it's hanging out there, and we're not.
It did not look clean that time.
No, and you know, it's already cost us a couple of times, and I don't know if that's just normal, and I haven't noticed it, but that doesn't look right.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Does TJ have the option to keep that ball?
Well,
so is part of it an indecision? Do I hand it off? Do I keep it?
Well, I would think so on some, but like right here, it was a one-handed handoff. So I'd say on that play, no.
The exchange is not clean.
Right.
Right.
It was a little high, and it was almost like it was just sitting out there on a platter.
Right. Normally, if it's an RPO, he's going to have both hands on the ball.
Right.
I agree with Lamar.
And going to basically do a ride.
Maybe I'm sorry, Lamar.
And I think Dixon Velez has probably got more of the RPO.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
And that might be something we need to watch because you know, Josiah's taking off full speed. If it's not right there in the basket, it's going to be hard to handle. That worries me a little.
Hill met in the backfield, but he gets back up to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard, but not much more than that. Bring up second down.
But it seems like on that play right there, the guys are in the backfield before the handoff is even there.
Yeah, the pressure is getting through because what they're doing, Jeff, is they're stunning up front. The line is moving, and then they're sending backers off the edge and in the middle. And so they're just getting us in a couple of the gaps, and they're getting through there. I don't think it's that our boys are playing poorly the entire time. I just think they're gambling and they're blitzing.
Our offensive line played very well tonight.
Yeah.
Especially giving TJ time to throw.
Hand the ball off the heel, left side, got some running room, crosses
Good
the
block
5.
by Tex.
Does he get in?
Most definitely.
He gets in. Touchdown, Mountaineer.
Wow.
Great block by Tex.
Josiah runs like a madman.
I think tonight he is a mad man for fumbling the ball twice.
Is that 4 touchdowns tonight?
Yes.
Yes. What I love about that kid is that when he makes mistakes, listen, that next drive, look out, he's coming.
Rom in to attempt the point after touchdown.
Rom will go in to attempt to touch the extra point, and it is good. Mountaineers tap it on. Let's take a break. We'll be back. More Mountaineer football to come. Stay with us.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by the venue at Turkey Ridge, Xenia Home Building, Innovative Pools, Butler Tire and Auto, Long Branch Land and Water, Christie Cellars with Allen Tate Realty.
Mountaineer football, a presentation of the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club and KMHS Sports. Please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out and helps us to produce more content for you. Coming up Monday night is the Coaches Show. Coach Herron and Craig Short will talk about tonight's game and talk about what's in store for the open week next week. Plus the Butler outdoor design player of the games. Players of the game.
Goodson on the return.
I know he won last week, but William Vaughn's looking like another candidate for offense again.
Most definitely.
I don't know. My vote might be 32 tonight.
First and 10 from the 19-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Jackson 5 from the Mountaineer band.
Yes, sir.
McGowan back to throw again, looking for a receiver under pressure. He's got a man open, wide open. Well, not wide open, and they throw the flag.
I don't know about that. That's not a good call.
Wow.
That is not a good call.
All he did was reach out to feel where he was.
Yeah, and he didn't pull on him. He has the right to put an arm on him if it doesn't adjust the receiver's flow, and so does the receiver. The receiver has the right to touch the defender.
Right.
That's not a good call. That is not a good call. I'm sorry.
So first and 10 for Burns. Pump and throw from McGowan. He's got a receiver out. Maybe about an 8-9 yard play. Reception is good. Bring up second and short. Once again, a big thank you to Shake and Bake Kitchen and Catering. I think Craig ate most of the cherry bomb wings and the lemon pepper wings himself.
I put a hurting on the tater wedges. I can for sure tell you that.
Fakes the throw, trying to find an open man and just had barely missed it.
Yeah, just
a little underthrown, but could have been caught incomplete.
Yeah,
brings up a third and short.
We had pressure on McGowan, so I was surprised he got that off.
I'm really surprised he's only taken the one sack tonight.
Yeah.
3rd and 3.
Third and short. McGowan calls the signals. Hands it to Wilson over on the left side. Gets close to the first down marker. I believe he's going to get it.
Yeah,
first and 10, Burns.
Goodson on the carry. Stopped by Lathan Feaster. And it's enough for a Bulldog first down. First down from the Bulldog 45-yard line.
McGowan back to pass, under pressure. He gets dropped right there at the line of scrimmage. So let's go down as a tackle, not a sack.
Samaj Odom.
Might give him 6 inches on the carry.
We'll call it second down and 10.
Second down. McGowan throws it right over the middle. Incomplete. 3rd and 9. That'll stop the clock. Just right over 3 minutes to go here in this ball game. Brings up a big third down play here for Burns. I don't think they can catch Kings Mountain right now, but they sure would like to score.
Yeah, most definitely.
McGowan back, quick pass.
Almost
intercepted.
Was that Ingram? Oh,
wow.
man.
Number 9.
Yeah, that was a pick 6.
Ingram almost with the interception and bring up a 4th down regardless. 4th and 9. Warlick go back in to punt for Burns. Snap a little high, but it'll get the kickoff. It's real high and short. Take a Burns bounce, be down to the 38-yard line. So Kings Mountain will take over probably their last possession of the night. 2:51 to go in this ball game. So as coaches, as players, what is the big accomplishment of having the bye week? Is it rest?
Well,
is it extra practice on working on those little things?
I think the most thing is rest. I see a lot of guys not dressed, well, some guys not dressed up tonight, so you hope to get those guys back, especially their starters or even their backups. And so I think rest is really major and a form of just resetting. I think
TJ went down.
He went down on the knee. Just resetting the vibe and to come out 2-1. I think that is good heading into the bye week.
Is that playing out there, AJ? You can't play music while we're on the field. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's actually, it could be a penalty.
Right.
Yeah.
2nd and 15.
He didn't mean
Watch
to do that,
running
obviously. He
2:33.
Right.
Took a knee.
Did he mean to take a knee?
No.
On that? Okay.
When he caught the snap was a little bit low.
Right.
When he went to hand off, he just put his knee
Knee
down.
down,
But
right.
that means he's down, obviously.
Right, exactly.
Hand the ball off to Hill over on the towards the middle.
So
He'll get back past the original line of scrimmage.
Right.
Pick up maybe 6 yards on it.
A gain of 7. 3rd and 7.
About 3rd and 7 for Kings Mountain. 1-4.
Bessemer City is up now 22-10 over Avery County. Freedom has gone final over Forest View 26-7. And West Lincoln wins in overtime 27-21.
Wow. So they went overtime.
Yep.
Wow.
Josiah Hill on the carry.
I'm just surprised with the Providence Huss score.
I am too. How about Highland Tech getting their 2nd win of the year?
Highland Tech?
Over Buford, 8-7. Buford's a South Carolina school. So.
Is it a home school?
No.
No game.
Oh.
4th down.
I mean, no pun intended.
Lamont.
No, the Lord knows my heart.
He does.
No pun intended. I know
what you're saying.
I'm just,
I know what you're saying.
Lord have mercy.
That's right.
Yes, Lord.
East Lincoln's up now 45-14 over Lincolnton. No, we're not going to stop they're not going to stop the clock.
I believe we're going to call a timeout when it gets down. I don't know what's going on with the clock operator. Play clock.
Oh, okay. I thought they were telling us to call.
Oh, right.
I think we called a timeout. Maybe.
Okay. Now you're running.
They've got it on the field. They can reset it if we lost time.
Is it glitching?
4th down into punt Vance Johnson.
See that? Is it glitching?
Maybe they're lobbying for a new scoreboard.
Ball.
All right, we got it back, didn't we? Yep.
Victory formation.
Yes, sir.
Coming.
Mountaineers will come back up with it. Issues with our camera system.
It's like it's glitching or something. Maybe it's a internet issue going on. Wi-Fi.
First and 10 for the Mountaineers. And that's your final.
So that's you didn't see it, but that is the final score. Mountaineers will win it 41-20. Let's take a break. When we come back, more Mountaineer football. We'll wrap up this show right after this.
KMHS Sports is sponsored by Lickety Loos, D.R. Horson Home Building, John Gamble and Carolina Golf, Allen & Sons Construction, The Imperial Mercantile and Outfitters, KMHS Sports is sponsored by Carter Bank and Trust, Brittany Austin and Company Real Estate, Flooring America, Dellinger's Jewel Shop, JWH Contracting, Butler Outdoor Design,
Back here with the score, final score 41-20, and I know Alma Mater's been playing now.
Yeah, the Mountaineers win it 41-20. We'll get to go into the bye week and rest some of these players, and then when we come home, hey, it's homecoming. Homecoming a little early this year. Hunter Huss scheduled on homecoming night, so make sure you're here with us here at John Gamble Stadium for that, man. It's going to be a great night to be here. You get to see a lot of friends and stuff, people classmates you hadn't seen in a while. So come out and join the homecoming with us
definitely.
next Friday night. Final score here, 41-20. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Mountaineer football. And the coach's show, of course, is Monday night. Join us for that. You'll get to see the Butler Outdoor Design Player of the Week. And that's it. Guys, for Lamont Littlejohn, Jeff Johnson, myself, Drew Fulton, the whole camera crew, Mike Gann, the Hills, Woodsons, the Ganns, everybody involved, Tommy, of course, thank you so much for all your work and effort, and thank our spouses for giving us the opportunity to do this. Thank you so much from John Gamble Stadium. We'll see you next time.
This has been a presentation
Jeff,
of
KMHS
Sports and the Kings Mountain Touchdown Club.
No worries. Good night.